106 miles to Chicago. We got a full tank of gas, half a pack of cigarettes. It's dark, and we're wearing sunglasses. Hit it.
Welcome to the Goddamn Podcast with Drew and TJ. Let's get this goddamn thing started.
You're goddamn right.
Well. We're here. And it's I do believe it's somebody's somebody's cumpleaños over there.
Yeah. I'll give you one guess at how old I am.
I want to wish you happy birthday, TJ.
Yeah.
I didn't know you have as many years as you do ounces in your drink.
This is pretty close. I hope I don't, because I got a lot of ounces of beer over here. Yeah. It's my 40th fucking birthday. I'm over the goddamn hill. The only thing that makes me feel a little bit better is Dark Matter's older.
Drew,
and
why didn't you tell me you got Pat Robertson on the show? That's not what happened to TJ. He's gonna want to see this.
We can see TJ now, and then TJ in like 30 years, where his shoulders are like above the top of his.
So Jesus, I think that's about as high as I can get my shoulders.
Oh, you're gonna have to go higher than that. I want them touching the top frame,
and your ears have to look like they're melting candle wax.
Yeah, just slowly dripping over like that little creature from Harry Potter. What's his name?
Dobby.
Yeah, that's it. Anyway, happy birthday to fucking me. The old lady thought it would be hilarious to get me this giant fucking balloon that says 40 on it. I was like, really? Just the birthday is enough. The 40 thing, that hurts. That's fucking I mean, I don't look, act, or well, sometimes I feel like I'm 40, but not all, for the most part, I feel like I'm still doing pretty good, lower 30s, maybe like 34. That's about what I'm feeling. But
this was your first day, so give it time.
Yeah. Oh no. Yeah. Trust me, if it wasn't for the twins, I'd feel like I was fucking 29. I'd be fucking great. But them twins, goddamn, take it out of you.
Yeah, that extra year. You can feel it.
Yeah. Oh God. Yeah. It's brutal. I mean, hell, the twins will be 3 in September.
Wow.
Damn,
So,
it's been that long. God.
Been that fucking long, man. Anyway, quick announcements. Big salute to all of our supporters. We fucking love you guys. If you are not a supporter, do check us out. Patreon.com/goddamn. Subscribestar.com/goddamn. And of course, we will have Streamlabs open for the entirety of the show. If you want to get your little birthday wishes in there for me, I talked to Drew ahead of time, and he said I'm going to keep 100% of all the Streamlabs tonight. So I appreciate that, Drew. Good man. Yeah. Good on you.
I'm going to donate. I want to donate my share to TJ too for his birthday.
Oh, well, thank you very much. What's ironic is I was gonna say we'll cut you in 50% for this show, but if you want to give it to me, thank you very much. Dark Matter's very generous of you.
You're welcome, man. It's my pleasure.
So one of the things the old lady got me that I'm going to take, and then I figured maybe you guys could take bets because I have no fucking clue. She got me one of these, the 23andMe.
Oh, cool.
Kits. Nice. I have not done anything like this, and she actually got it for me because we had a back and forth because I said something. I don't know how the conversation started, but I said something like, I'm just a freaking white guy or something like that. And she goes, I don't even think you're that white. And I was like, I feel like I look pretty well. What the hell else am I? And she's like, I don't know. You probably got something else in there. So after that conversation, she now got me one of these so we can settle it once and for all. I'm guessing 99% Anasazi Jew.
A lot of Jew and a lot of trailer park. I hear the new tests have tickers for that.
Yeah. It's the trailer park thing is if they did how much meth they find in your saliva. It's like, sir, you are 72% trailer park. Also, have you been buying from Grant? Christ.
For real.
Anyway, if you guys want to make guesses in the chat as to how this will come back and what maybe surprises will be in there, have fun and do that.
Yeah, like mine was 98% Western European, 1% Nigerian.
Really?
And yeah, I'm trying to remember what the other, because it's 98% Western European, and they show you like predominantly like Irish and predominantly like English.
1% Nigerian prince.
Yeah.
Damn, man.
If you send me $5,000 right now, TJ,
dude, the next time I get one of those emails, I'm like, look, I know your cousin Drew.
Yeah.
Right.
I'm trying to remember what the other little fraction of a percent was. I think like a tiny like sub fraction was like Middle East or something like that. I'm trying to remember. There was absolutely no Jew, no Native American even, and no Asian, which is crazy because I'd always been told that my great grandmothers on both my mom and dad's side were like full-blooded Native American. So I don't know.
Mm-hmm. And you ended up being just another Elizabeth Warren, huh?
Yeah. For real.
But
I'm not giving all those grants back though.
Nope. He's like,
they're mine.
Hey, I'm keeping that shit. Hey, Tyler has a good question. Where is Dark Matter's fucking drink?
Yeah, that is a good question.
I can't right now. I have family visiting as I speak.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, but that's another reason you were supposed to drink. You have family.
Yeah. Remember we did not give you a pass.
Yeah, it was clearly stated.
Lisa is giving me the evil eye right now. She even knows what I'm talking about out of context, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I mean, anytime that you slyly, like quietly say into the microphone, I have family visiting right now, that's usually, I know if I overheard that and, I was married to you, shudder at the thought. But
to be honest, you're out in the yard, you're drunk, fucking dogs are running around, and you're just like, this is one of those you film it while you also dig around in your belly button, and you're like,
What? No, not at all, Drew.
Vincent McManus has just donated $5. Happy birthday, TJ.
That's a very interesting gif.
Yeah, that was I mean, that's happened to me in the kitchen a couple of times.
Oops.
Whoopsie.
While he's at work prepping. Yeah. Whoops.
I have actually seen a guy dump. He was changing the grease on the fryers when it was still hot. It was not like 350 degrees hot, but it was still like, really hot. You should not be trying to change the grease when it's that hot, but he was trying anyway. And something spilled and it went all over his pants. I think I've explained this before, but that dude jumped out of his pants like it was a cartoon. I've never seen anything like it in my life. His legs were like barely even red. They weren't even like burned at all. And it should have been just skin melting off. He would like in 1 second, he went from standing there to the grease on his pants to like be standing there in his boxers. Out of the pants completely, like instantly. Everyone's like, holy shit. Yeah, we're like, are you okay?
TJ is more used to guys being more reluctant to take off their pants in front of him. But I mean, it gets done. It just usually takes longer.
If I had known all it took was some fucking boiling hot grease dumped on a dude's pants to get him out of it, I'd start doing that sooner.
Could have saved myself a hell of a bar tab.
Yeah, exactly. Jesus, I'm sitting here buying the guy a ribeye trying to get to the brown eye. I could have just been dumping grease on him. Anyway, yeah. All right. Thank you very much, Vince. And I really do appreciate that. Should be a fun one. Also have a couple of scratch offs I got as a gift that I might. We'll see. We'll see if I still have to keep doing this podcast after these scratch offs.
Wouldn't that be awesome? He hit it big on a fucking scratch off.
Yeah, that would be fucking fantastic. But honestly, I'll take $500. That'll work.
Well, that's kind of what I meant by hitting it big. My bar's pretty low for scratch shows.
Dude, I had a neighbor that won a fucking or it was a coworker, but won $1,000 on one, and he's like, I fucking just wish it had just been 500. I'm like, why?
Because you could
He's
just
like,
go
dude,
catch it out easily.
Yeah, because 500, you can anything over 600, you have to go to the lotto office, of which there are very like few. So you have to travel to that, wait, and then they fucking have to pull up all your records, make sure you don't owe any fucking taxes or child support, and then they tax your fucking winnings. So out of the 1,000, he ended up only getting like 600 anyway.
Yeah.
So after all, he's like, what is it?
Oh, she's telling her sisters to turn something down.
Oh,
Yeah.
Dark Matter, you go tell him. Say, hey, you be quiet.
Yeah, I work with a dude who like last year or the year before won $100,000 because he gets them all the time at work because we have the machines. He won $100,000. Well, yeah, after he did all that after the taxes, he took home like 60.
Yeah, it's still like it's not bad, but they tax it at an incredibly high rate.
It's like 30. It's like 35% or something.
Yeah,
like that.
maybe even 40. I know that for a job I had, they gave us gave me a bonus, and then they fucking for tax purposes they marked it as a gift, and so it got taxed at nearly fucking like 50%. I was like, God, why would you do that?
Yeah, and there's supposed to be for gift taxes. There's supposed to be like a limit or something, right? Because if it's under a certain amount, they don't. I don't know what the limit is. But that's something like people, even with inheritance, says like if your dad dies and your dad wants to leave you his house, if your house is estimated over a certain amount, they take like a
that's a
big ass chunk.
That's the estate tax, or
unless
like
you live there.
It's I believe right now it's something like $1 million. If it's under $1 million, then it's not taxed at all. So, but over $1 million it is. So.
If you have a lot of money you want to leave to your kids, then what you do is before you die, every year you gift them the maximum allowed amount.
Yeah,
is that crazy?
That seems like a terribly back-asswards way of kind of anyway.
Fucking retarded. Wow.
Yeah, estate taxes are ridiculous. We've been over this. We agree. Everybody understands that like the purpose of taxes, but it's gotten so out of control that the double taxation, you buy a car, you pay taxes on it. When you sell the car, you pay taxes on it. When the next guy buys it, he's paying taxes on it. And so if you buy I don't want to date myself here, but like a stereo system. All right. And then you pay taxes on it and you take it to the fucking pawn shop. The next guy that buys it from the pawn shop pays taxes on it again. It's like it's a pretty big racket.
Eliminate quite a bit of taxes if you just made the government accountable and leaned it out and like made the made them more efficient. Like there's incredible inefficiencies built into our system that can be hacked away.
Yeah. I'm on board with that 100%. It is a bit ridiculous. Anyway, I don't want to go down the fucking tax rabbit hole. That's not how I want this show to go.
Riveting shit.
I would like to have a little bit more fun on my birthday. I'm turning 40, but I still don't want to talk about fucking taxes all night quite yet.
Are you guys aware of the plethora of different tax forms? I wanted to kind of go through them, maybe alphabetically.
Go for it. Can we save it for the third hour though? I want to get nice and drunk to talk about taxes because I will be here all fucking night.
Jesus. Anyway, all right. So I believe that's all of the announcements. I feel like I'm missing something here.
Can you guys hear that thunder over here?
No, but it's thundering and lightning like crazy over here, or at least it was. I don't think it's as bad now. But dude, it was like when I was leaving work. I had to work late tonight, and man, on my way home, dude, it was just crazy fucking lightning storm going on over here. The lights were flickering and everything.
We were on Daytona Beach today.
Yeah, I mean, let's be honest. In Texas, the lights are flickering even when there's no storm. So
we were at Daytona Beach today. And it started raining. They kicked us off the beach
because you were bald.
Yeah.
No, because it started raining. I
Oh,
said.
oh.
There was
It
lightning.
was lightning and thunder.
Mhm.
Yeah.
That's why they kicked us off.
They
Mhm.
assumed it was because I'm bald here.
No, they got him off of there because they were like, man, if it starts raining men, that bald guy right there, it's gonna, he's gonna have a hell of a time. What's the fucking meme? What if let the bodies hit the floor and it's raining men are about the same thing from a different perspective? Classic. Anyway, all right. Anything else? Anyone try and run you guys off the road this week? Or actually, I didn't have time to head over there this week and try and head on collision with you. But did anyone else take my place, Dark Matter?
No, actually, surprisingly, we drove all the way across the state to the East Coast and back, and didn't have a single altercation. And this is Florida, so I'm thinking maybe I died and went into some alternate dimension. But
yeah, no, that's a strange occurrence. I can't drive
Yeah.
freaking 10 minutes without running into 25 complete idiots. I've been taking pictures. I actually posted this on Twitter, but it was I'm in a group called "You Drive Like a Fuckhead" on Facebook. I obviously am not using Facebook like I used to before. I truly have said fuck it for the most part. Occasionally, when I'm a little light on content, I'll go grab something off of there. But it's called "You Drive Like a Fuckhead," and they actually had a post that's like, guys, you can't be calling anyone a dumbass, and they're like going through all the things you can't. And I'm like, dude, fuckhead is in the title of the fucking group. Anyway, I take pictures of people that park like complete fucking idiots, and some of them are fucking hilarious, and some of them are atrocious. I had one guy that fucking, if he hadn't have been like a old ass disabled vet, I would have laid into him, because I'm sitting in my car checking my phone right before I was about to leave, and he comes in the parking spot in front of me, those where two cars come. Anyway, he just rolls on up, keeps on coming, and then hits my bumper, and then is pushing my car backwards. I was like, Jesus, he didn't smash into me, so there's no damage, but I was about to get out of my car and let him have it, and the freaking dude hobbles out with a fucking cane and a severe limp. And then I see the vet hat and all that shit. And I was like, I'm going to let it go. I'm going to let it fucking go.
And
God knows I'll end up on the news. Freaking, angry man, gives vet heart attack after yelling at him over minor parking infraction. I was like, I just let it go. But
And he was actually a 40-year-old meth head, stolen valor hat, and yeah.
Well, he had the disabled vet tags, so I'm going to take his word for it. I don't know. I try not to, choose the wrong fucking battles. There's some of them because, I'm driving a beater. If it was a fucking if I was driving a brand new Lexus or something and someone did that, I might be a lot more pissed.
Or Lotus, right?
Nah.
Yeah, I figured.
I figured. That's same as a beater, as far as wait.
A two-stroke beater?
Yeah.
Bro,
let me tell you,
I mowed and I was weed eating yesterday. And dude, as I was running that fucking weed eater, I started chuckling to myself thinking about that fucking Lotus.
I had such a good time with that section. I rewatched it and I was in tears. It was fantastic. But yeah, I mean, let's be honest. Maybe a nice Lotus, but with rebuilt title? Nah, fuck that. That's a junker. Can I get you a sticker that says rebuilt title?
No,
You
but
can slap it on the Lotus.
if you were to start that Lotus with your eyes closed, you would swear it's a Ferrari, TJ. So so you could stop your little weed eater sound effects.
The faster you go, the more you can hear the string
smacking the guard. Oh boy, that was fucking hilarious. Good times.
I apologize if I'm just getting over. I was sick as fuck. Actually started right after the last show. That happens a lot. But whatever. At least I'm not sick for my like completely sick. I'm in that stage where I have to, keep hacking shit up. So I apologize if you hear me coughing and spitting, but I'm not fucking swallowing that nastiness.
Well, you just turned 40, so
yeah. Well,
all downhill.
I also smoke Marlboros, so I've got a good coating of lung butter.
I was about to say 40 is the age where you start eating those old man candies, Worcesters or whatever they're called. What are those things called? The golden wrapped.
Werther's
Werther's
Originals.
Werther's
I was,
Originals.
dude. That's for you young kids. I'm talking butterscotch candies.
I thought there was butterscotch.
No, it's Werther's Original or caramels.
Oh.
I always just saw, every time I see that wrapper, I think of like that's what my great grandpa.
I want to say it's like a caramel with a tiny bit of a butterscotch like flavoring to it. I'm talking like just the shitty yellow disc. Like that's been at the office since 1987 and nobody dare fucking eat it. Yeah.
Generic no name. Yeah.
Like everybody already ate all the little pineapple ones. The ones that are like wrapped up and look like a little pineapple. Those things are not so bad, but nobody wants the butterscotches. Everybody even ate the peppermints.
Spot welds your teeth together, yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. You see, back in the old days, that was like high class,
Yeah.
That was like, oh, you were fancy if you had candy. These are the kids like when they got the chance to eat the chocolate bar. That was like a luxury. Now all the kids have type 2 diabetes because they're fat.
This back in the Willy Wonka era.
Yeah. Well, I'm thinking like my great grandpa that used to pay me like 38 cents to spend all day picking pecans for him because 38 cents was a lot of money because he was around during the Depression. Yeah, those kinds of guys.
Mm-hmm.
It was like,
in my day, for 38 cents, you could go on a week's vacation at the Ritz. No, my dad has also told me, he's like, yeah, I remember when I could go to the movies with a girl and like get popcorn and drinks and shit for like 25 cents. I'm like, God damn. That's got to be tough to like. I know it's tough for me because as inflation and value, changes, I still look at stuff and I'm like, $5 for some Oreos. You know what I mean? But I'm having a hard time still like, okay, $5 ain't what it used to be.
I think I was looking at house prices the other day. I think the national median house price of like in the 1970s was like 17 grand.
Yeah. My favorite is watching old car commercials. And it's like this beast ass all steel fucking gas guzzler of a fucking like manly man's car. It's like all yours for fucking, $1,800. Like, God damn.
Yeah. What's really cool is when you look at any of those things and they're priced in gold. I don't know if you've ever done that. Because basically like the price like for the house, what that was worth in gold is what it's today is still worth in gold. Like the price as it's valued in gold has actually not changed that much. But what has changed is the dollar price for gold. So the inflation of the dollar is what's...
So if you just had the gold instead of the house.
Yeah, the gold kept its value just like the house went up in value. Yeah. Because it's all priced in dollars. And the whole point of all of that is just that the dollar is just losing value. So it's really cool when you see stuff like that. Like if you look at what a stay at the hospital cost in the 40s.
Doesn't that affect the price of gold though? Like gold is worth, let's say, $1,000 an ounce, but then the dollar loses value. So $1,000 ain't that much anymore. So gold goes up to 1,100, but that's just the same as the 1,000, but it's deflated a bit. So
yeah, it was showing you that it's showing you that priced in gold, the goods and services have pretty much maintained their value. Or actually expanded their value a bit. Like if you look at silver like that, like like gas used to cost like 26, 27 cents a gallon in like 1963 or whatever. Well, if you had a quarter back then, your quarter was 90% silver. So if you look at it like that, that same quarter today is worth like $3 or $4 because of the silver value of it. And I think you can actually buy like 2 gallons of gas for that one same quarter that they were using back then. But it's because of the silver. So the silver's kept its value and actually increased a little bit. Same with the gold.
I mean, I do remember paying 90 cents a gallon.
When I first moved back from overseas, it was like just under $1.
I remember like I'm trying to
That
remember
was
what
in
year
like
it was.
'99.
I'm trying to remember what year it was, but when I first started driving, it got down to like 89, 87 or something like that over here. I'm thinking that's probably like 2004 or 2005. But then a few years after that, it got up to like $4. Like right when like Bush was leaving office, it got up to like
There's a couple things that always remind me of Drew, and one of them is Gold member. That always like gold, and then the other thing is the Death harmonic from Death Clock. Have you ever heard that?
Death harmonic.
It's like it starts off, with like a symphony. It's like do 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 do, and it breaks in. It's like I want to keep my money and give away absolutely nothing to the government. It's like to the government who moderates my spending. Depending on the time of year, brutality is near in the form of income tax. And it's like, you've never heard that?
That sounds like the greatest song ever written.
Dude, it's fun. Every time it comes on my my playlist, I think of you. Yeah, look it up. Death harmonic. Maybe you can play a moment of it and so you can kind of get the feeling for it. And you could read the lyrics because
that's what I'm doing like right now. Brutality is near the form of income tax. Brutality is near in the form of income tax. I'd rather take a fucking axe to my face, blow up this place with all of you in it. I'll do it in a minute.
Yeah.
If I could write off your murder, I'd save all of my receipts. Because I'd rather you be dead than lose a tiny shred of what I made this fiscal year. Oh, that's great.
There's another song. Yeah, there's another song I listened to today. Yeah, these lyrics are fantastic. It's like, I want to keep my money and give away absolutely nothing to the government who moderates my spending and obliterates the bending on what time of the year brutality is near. In the form of income tax, I'd rather take a fucking axe. Yeah, you haven't heard that song before?
I might if I listen.
I listened to it. Death Clock actually had albums. They're doing a movie.
Oh,
yeah, they're doing a Death Clock movie, a Venture Brothers movie, and there's one other one from the 3 Adult Swim shows they don't do anymore that they're going to bring back with a movie.
I wonder how much tax revenue this song generated, though.
Here's the funny thing:
that's probably a lot.
Do you know what the idea behind Metalocalypse was? Dark matter.
No, shut up. I don't.
Well,
he said it before.
Yeah, I've explained it before. The idea is that it's what if a metal band became like 1,000 times more popular than the Beatles at the height of their popularity. So they basically run the fucking world. They're like the richest people on the planet. People sign away their lives to come watch them. You know what I mean? They are like it. It's insanely rich and popular. So, whenever I'm sure in that episode where they had that song, their lawyer is like, oh, well, you guys are going to have to pay quite a bit in taxes or whatever. He's like, oh, that's brutal. You know what I mean? Like, it's such a great fucking show. You got to watch that shit. But, the fact that the fucking band, it's like a 5-piece band in the show, but in reality, it's a 4-piece. Because I've seen them live. It was with Gene Hoglan drumming and freaking, I want to say it was like fucking, who was it on bass? Was it like Geezer? It was somebody like fucking famous on bass too. But yeah, that guy's a fucking genius. And it was one of the best live shows that I've ever seen. You should give it a listen. They have a lot of really fucking fun stuff. The one with the where they're trying to track the history of metal, so they go from like metal and then they track back to rock and then they track that back to blues. And so they're like trying to be, like learn the roots or whatever. And they got this guy called Mashed Potatoes Johnson. Yeah. And so he's like trying to teach him the blues, and every time he's like, bah, 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 bah. He's like, ooh, broken grandpa guitar. But they've got the song, and it's Murder Train a Coming. Yeah. I
really like that one.
Yeah. There is no escape but death, for life is just a murder train a coming. Dude, he's like, all right, I'm gonna see myself out. Death Clock rule. It's like, I fucking love that shit. Yeah, if you like metal, you should watch. Even if you don't like metal, you should watch that shit.
Well, Dark Matter doesn't watch it because he's allergic to good animations.
Yeah, I believe that.
We need to move on with some content here.
Yeah,
Is everybody ready for some content?
Bring it. Bring it.
Well, hold. From last week, did we do the dog that was trying to dig the bone out of his water bowl? Sorry, that just popped up.
Yeah.
Did we? Okay. I think we did that one. All right. Oh, where to begin? I guess we could start. A lot of contenders. How about start? These are great chickens.
Touch this.
Oh, yeah, you might want to mute this one.
Yeah. MC Hammer needs the money, though. But we're still going to
That's true.
All right. Can't touch this.
Yeah, TJ will have to improvise.
That looks like my cat. I love when
My.
birds
Bam.
You see what they're doing to this cat?
Yeah,
the attack comes not from the front, but from the side.
Yes. And they are
Clever girl.
raptors. They are raptors.
Yeah. Clever girl.
Boom, right in the butt.
I love it when the birds
Boom.
fuck with these cats.
This cat's like, dude. Hey.
That's courtesy of Pale Blue Mama.
So it's got to be like close to their nest or something.
What kind of birds are these?
Those look like grackles or
douche birds.
douche birds.
Did you say greckles?
Crackles.
Yeah. Grackles?
Crackles, bro.
Crackles?
Yeah,
No,
man.
Grackle.
See, what I see a lot around here is mockingbirds swoop cats like crazy. Like street cats, dude, they swarm street cats. What I didn't even think about it. Do you guys even have mockingbirds in Florida? That's the state bird here, is why I asked.
We actually have a lot of different species in Florida that we didn't have so much before. Like I see a lot of there's blue jays, cardinals, all kinds of shit down here now. I saw I see weird shit. I told you that there's I was, I'm upstairs here and I had gotten out of the shower. And out of the corner of my eye, out of the window, there's a ditch that runs behind my house, not super full of water, but I was like, oh, that cat must be hurt because it looked like a big limping cat. And I looked closer and it was just a fucking big ass otter, slinking around. And I was like, holy shit, that's like my backyard. Just a big ass otter in my backyard.
That's cool.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. But I mean, I'm thinking about there's not a whole lot. There's a retention pond behind the fucking grocery store. But
the scientific name, TJ, by the way, is water pupper.
Water pupper?
Yeah.
Just are we going with all those? It's like, watch out, you almost stepped on that danger noodle.
There's some good bird watching in Florida. We got sandhill cranes, fucking giant ass birds.
Oh yeah, they have they might be sandhill. They're giant ass fucking cranes at my daughter's. Well, she'll be going to high school, but the school she was just going at, and they just in a group meander around the fucking parking lot, like they own the place, and you would have to stop and wait for their asses.
Yeah,
and I'm like, dude, yeah, and I'm like, not only that, you're not even eating here. Go over to the fucking grass where you can eat. God damn it.
Dude, we were eating
Peckers.
outside once. We were eating these chicken sandwiches outside, and these ibises came up.
Mm-hmm.
These ibises, they're these medium-sized white birds with really long bills that droop down, and they're staring at us. And we, every once in a while we toss them a piece of chicken and we get a kick out of it, calling them cannibals. And they would gobble up the chicken, right? And it got to the point where they're all just standing around us staring, and you could see drool dripping out of their beaks.
Yeah, that's fucked up, Dark Matter. The fuck is wrong with you? It's like anytime I'm about to go to a farm, I buy a nice ribeye and then throw it at the cows and they eat it. Sick fucks.
We'll hang on to that one. How about Baby Got Book?
Oh my!
Oh, we've
goodness.
this is old school.
Look at
God,
her
this is-
Bible. It is so huge. She looks like one of those preacher guys' girlfriends. But who understands those preacher guys anyway?
Oh my god, is this going to be the worst fucking thing ever?
Yeah, you've
Yes,
not seen
yes,
this before?
I
They
don't
only
think so.
talk to her because she looks like Mother Teresa. Okay.
Oh, wait.
I mean,
Okay,
look at it.
I think we watched this like back in the early days of the podcast.
Yeah. Yeah.
Ew,
Really?
It's gross.
I like
looks
big
so-
books.
Righteous.
I like big Bibles and I cannot lie. You Christian brothers can't deny that when a girl walks in.
I'm about to say that dude looks like he could be on this podcast.
No!
Oh,
No!
you're gonna make me leave
Yeah.
immediately.
And I cannot lie. You Christian brothers can't deny that when a girl walks in with a KJV and a bookmark in Proverbs, you get stoked. Got a name engraved so you know this girl is saved. It looks like one of those large ones.
So this dude
So-
is like the youth pastor.
Oh,
Yeah.
dude, he's like, girl, you looking so good. Let me give you a side hug. Seriously, it's okay. Let me explain something to like these hardcore Christians. There's nothing you can do to make yourself look cool.
Yeah, you just gotta kind of own it.
Stop trying.
Yeah,
Like every single one of these things where it's there's been a couple of like decent heavy metal, like Christian heavy metal bands that I've listened to, but that's mostly because you can't understand that they're preaching, or they don't get overly preachy with it. This is just fucking embarrassing.
Or you could, I suppose, you could make the crucifixion kind of metal if you wanted to.
Oh yeah. Oh, trust me. There's freaking dehumanize. What is that? Jesus.
I think you're thinking Vital Remains
Yes, that's what it is.
de-Christianized.
De-Christianize. To the cross with the prisoner. Let the killing begin.
Yeah, sure.
Every time that fucking, I have that album in its entirety on one of my like SD cards or whatever, and I listen to it in my car, and every time that shit comes on, I'm like, it's, you know, it's got that long intro. It's like, it's like this long epic build up. Dun, 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 dun. To the cross with the prisoner. Let the killing begin. And that drummer is on some fucking crack cocaine, some Grant meth, like these fucking 8-minute long songs, and he never stops. It's just, it sounds like a machine.
Jesus. Yeah, I'm wondering who exactly is the target audience for this, because I think even most Christians would be like, "Oh, dude."
They're trying to get the youth.
Oh
yeah, but it always, man, it just always comes off so lame. I can't imagine even like the Bible toting kids being like, dude, it's almost like you're trying to make this seem so uncool. I don't want to mess with it.
You remember that old couple with the Jesus Christ is my N-word?
Is what?
N-word, I said, TJ.
I don't remember that one.
Yeah, hack up another lung and clean out your ears.
You sing some lyrics to me?
With plenty of space in the margins. Oh, baby, I want to read with ya, because your Bible's got pictures. My minister try to console me, but that book you got makes
me so holy.
Ooh, mamma mia. You say you want koinonia? Well, bless me.
Whiteboydj.com.
Yeah, if you guys wanted to book this, you know, for your next party.
He brings his own giant Bible prop.
And his own fucking, what is that? That's like tinfoil necklace spray painted with like gold.
It's embarrassing.
Bless me and teach me about John Wesley. I saw her praying while I was DJing. She got grace, pretty face. She ain't going down to the bad place. I'm tired of heathen guys saying they like pocket size. That's the average Christian to take a look. She gotta pack much book. So fellas, have your girlfriends got the book?
Let's look at this crew here.
They're on the stairs of at their local church or some shit. Bro.
Oh, you're kidding me. Hold on. Ajax Wolferoo says, I kid you not, there is a Christian version of Friday by Rebecca Black called Sunday.
Oh, no.
Dude,
Oh,
you want
no.
to do like Battle for the Worst? I hope we get a copyright.
Oh, I don't. Who can tell what we'll get a copyright for anymore?
Oh, dude, he removed the comment. Is that for real though?
She ought to do one for every day of the week. It could be her magnum opus.
Is she even a thing anymore?
I can't. No, she wasn't ever a thing. It was just an embarrassment.
That was a
Fine,
thing.
eh?
That was a part of the thing, TJ.
It's like zero enthusiasm.
Yeah, it was that same guy. I can't remember his fucking name, but he basically rich people paid him to produce like a song and video for their fucking kid to give them like something for their resume or whatever. I can't remember his name, but he did it to multiple fucking and he then not only that, he features himself in the fucking videos. Ugh, embarrassing. Ugh, God.
Oh, yeah. Well, read it. Read that holy book. Baby, I'm NIV with a ribbon bookmark.
Yeah, that's pretty accurate. You just gotta have faith, bro. Fuck physics.
Yeah.
Pray over it. Pray it fits in there. You fucking idiot.
Oh boy, that was almost as bad as that shitty lock-in movie that we watched.
Bro, that's
the patron show. Oh boy.
The only thing I wish was different about that was Dark Matter was there to suffer with us.
We were going to watch, what was the Kirk Cameron fireman movie we were going to watch?
Yeah, I wanted to see that.
God damn it, what is it called? We watched the trailer
Fireproof?
for it.
Oh, yeah, that's what it was. God damn, I was going to call it Hot Crotch.
All right, let's try this. This one.
Get this, gods aren't golden statues. Sometimes gods could be phones. I just pierced through this phone. This god of yours. But get this. You pierced through my God too. My God, you pierced through him and he still loves you. The only God that can ever give you satisfaction, you pierced him. Maybe it's time you toss away things that aren't giving you satisfaction, like fake phony phones and these gods, these idols that give you no worth, and start worshiping the one God who does. The true God who was pierced for you.
I would have fucking loved for that phone to have exploded.
Yeah.
God.
See, dude, your God can't even do anything to me. It's like you fucking broke the fucking barrier on the lithium ion fucking battery installed in the back of that fucking device. That would have been fantastic.
And what's with that creepy music?
Yeah, dude, did he do that?
It's not the music that's creepy. It's the fucking guy.
Yeah,
it's all part of it, though.
It's like he sounds like he's about to cry.
Yeah.
He's wearing fucking 17 friendship bracelets. And he's obviously,
dude,
look at how short his shorts are, for fuck's sake.
Dude, I am convinced that those bracelets are like, they must be some kind of youth group thing. Because when you see those bracelets, you know this kid's about to give you one of these kinds of lectures about coming to Jesus and all that kind of stuff. Dude, there's something about that. If South Park made a character of like the evangelical, like Christian youth group guy, it would look exactly like this.
This guy freaking, he tells everyone else he's saving himself, but the God honest truth is he just can't get his dick wet no matter how hard he tries.
Well, he did just go out in the woods and stab a phone.
Dude, look at how short those shorts are. I can't. Jesus. And I don't think he's wearing socks, which really fucks with me too.
I actually want there to be a God and a heaven, just so that when I get there, I could see this God like kick this kid out and be like, what the fuck's wrong with you? You're creeping me out. Get out of here.
He missed the obvious like connection of it's an apple and Eve, like, you know, taking a bite and tempting.
What are you
know
doing?
what I mean?
Why are you giving them ideas?
Yeah,
that's just
such a make it way worse.
Such an
TJ.
easy thing to be like, you know, you're tempted with this apple to take a bite, but it's sinful, so blah blah blah. Don't take a bite from the apple. Buy Samsung, Android, baby. Jesus would have used an Android. I don't fucking know.
Oh my God, That's gonna be the next fucking video.
I'm glad I could help.
There's some fucking evangelical kid right now furiously scribbling notes.
Have at it.
Yeah.
If he's willing to sit through hours of this fucking podcast called the Goddamn Podcast in order to get occasional half decent ideas, have at it, buddy.
And then he becomes the next Joel Osteen.
Yeah.
Thanks,
then
thanks a lot,
I would
TJ.
feel fucking. Then I would feel like I deserve a cut. Like, look, you want me to keep pumping out these ideas? I'm going to need you to pay me, goddammit. Because look, I can take advantage of some idiots if that's what you want to do. I'm ready for that stage of my life.
How about eating the dough? This, by the way, it goes without saying, this is from Dark Matter's Fat Folder.
Oh, for sure. How much weight did she lose?
Dude, she lost a lot, and she lost. I'm imagining she probably had like lipo or something.
She probably had like gastric bypass or something.
It's a lot really quick. Yeah, maybe gastric. I remember there was this lady in high school, that was older than all of us. Of course, she was like well out of school, but she went from like really huge to like had a gastric bypass, and it was just like.
Yeah, well, and then they have to do a skin reduction surgery usually afterwards.
Which I guess she didn't have the money for because she just never got it the whole time we know.
What they for the skin reduction, first of all, you can't have if you have like bleeding disorders or anything like that, they can't do it because you'll bleed. You know, it won't heal correctly. There's certain health effects, and also they say they want you to be like at your goal. Like weight loss before they do it, because obviously if you do it then you lose more weight. It's just gonna fucking happen again. But yeah, this is what happens when you've severely stretched out which is weird because you can kind of see it in her arms a little bit, but
you can't see it in her face. Like in the beginning, she looks at the camera and she looks
totally fucking well.
Yeah.
She looks normal before she starts making belly pasta.
She's singing to the Godfather.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
The Blob Father. Jesus. Yeah. Well, I mean, hey, I got that same oil in my house. Seriously, it's like Aldi's extra virgin olive oil. Extra virgin, just like the last couple of fucking videos we played. Heyo. You okay? You okay, Dark Matter?
I was just hoping one of my sisters-in-law didn't come in during that video. But
she's like,
he's
that's
like,
what this is about.
Sigh of relief.
Yeah, I had to explain a lot there.
What about this one? This is why women live longer than men.
A lot quicker than that. Let me guarantee you.
Oh no!
Dude,
what
that
is
is
wrong?
That is a severe trap. He's using his face.
Oh!
Dude.
Yeah.
Why?
Not only that, those things lock.
Why?
Like once the jaws are closed, you have to fucking unlock those jaws so they get them open, and then they're spring fucking.
Oh fuck!
You better hope that the tension on that wasn't set too fucking. It looks like it was set pretty high though.
Yeah, I mean,
fuck me. It's like that classic meme, the fucking Star Wars guy. It's a trap. Don't stick your fucking face in it.
Yeah, but this is one of those kinds of videos where you're like, dude, there was no. It didn't look like he was even trying to like do it quick and get out.
No, he's just trying to trigger that shit and have it
break his goddamn nose and rip his top lip off.
Mm-hmm.
That thing has it's got fucking teeth on it too.
Yeah,
man.
It's not like a bear trap. It's meant for something smaller, like a,
like a beaver or something. That's like
yeah,
like a beaver trap.
Yeah, it could catch coyote or something like that. I'm sure as well.
Yeah, same concept though. It definitely doesn't feel good.
No, and like I said, once it's released, it's got a fucking like slide on it that locks that shit. So there's no just like prying it open without sliding the lock off first before it'll fucking open. These things are extremely cruel, by the way. Especially if you don't check your fucking traps daily. Because if you fucking set this out there and don't check for a week and some fucking poor animal is fucking, you come back and there's just a foot left on there because something had to like gnaw its own fucking leg off. You're a douchebag. Yeah, don't do that. Don't with the bear traps. I gotta be honest. Sometimes I'm not paying attention and I'm like, who the fuck is behind me? Oh yeah, it's a giant fucking balloon.
It's your age.
Yeah, my constant reminder of I'm definitely past the halfway mark the way I live.
Let's try.
Hold on. Can you hear that at all? No? Okay. Sorry. It's a fan. I wanted to know if I could turn it up without it making too much noise.
Why is he so scared?
Reminds me of, remember the family that was in the car?
Yeah,
and
the black family?
Yeah, what was it? Was it buffalo or something? What the fuck was it? Kept sticking his freaking face in there, and they were just freaking the fuck out.
What did it?
It was a
giraffe, right?
Yeah, I think it was a giraffe.
And they're like, like all over the place. It's fucking hilarious.
But this guy's in the driver's seat. He could just hit the gas. They'd probably smoke those camels.
Oh my god! You son of a bitch.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, if he thought about it, he could just hump it and get out of there. Hey-o, Jesus. Oh, now the camels are fighting. I can't say it. They got impure blood.
Yeah, I was about to say they're probably mostly Jew or something. Yeah, like that.
They got some of that Negro blood, and that's why they ain't pure enough, Aryans.
That'll never be.
見てめドーネテッド 5.01 ドル、as upset as, I make UDM 2525 over something, so minor, just imagine how, much shit I'll give politicians, not doing the will of the people, criticizing shit is, a special power and cause, I am sorry if, I make it seem like, I hate you, I don't.
Did you have some kind of back and forth with Nightmare?
I know you don't hate me.
No, he certainly doesn't. He just likes to give Dark Matter some shit. And
does he?
Not.
Okay. I guess I must have missed it. I've never.
No, we've been here for good chunks of it, but it's not. It's all in like, I don't know how to put it. It's not like in a mean-spirited way. We all fucking get along here. Everyone, we have, people that, agree and disagree and all that shit. For the most part, we all get along here. There's not a lot of people that like fucking hate each other or anything like that, which is good. Which is very nice. All right. Let's do one more or at least one more before we head into break. God damn, it's hot up in this room. Bro, my AC, I told you I was sick. So I was like, staying away from the kids to try and make sure that they didn't get sick for a couple days. I sat up in the room. They must have the old lady must have turned the AC on to like ultra freezer mode for like 2.5 or 3 days straight, because I came downstairs and I'm like, I don't think the AC's working right. Doesn't, you know what I mean? And so she's like, oh, I don't know, blah, blah. So I went and looked outside the outside unit, like a fucking giant ice cube. And I'm like, oh, well, that's really not good. So I turned it off, and then I fucking opened up the inside unit, and even worse giant ice cube. All of the fucking like coils, all of the fucking the radiator blades, like just, and I had to fucking turn it off. It took like 7 hours to thaw out all the way.
Wow.
Yeah, I had to like put containers underneath because there was like giant hunks of ice just dropping in the little cubby hole underneath. It was it was not fun. And I was like, hey, the AC is not supposed to really do anything beyond about 20 degrees. So if it's 100 outside and you got it set to 69, it's working too hard, and this is going to happen. We're just going to have to fucking, stay around 20, 25 degrees tops. Anything more than that, and it's just going to put too much strain. And it's hot as shit in Florida, as anyone. I mean, Texas is not exactly cold, but this fucking like wet ass fucking heat in Florida is ridiculous. I can't go have a cigarette outside without breaking a fucking sweat.
Yeah, it's been like that here, man. It's been real hot. We're having like that like they do what the temperature is and then what it feels like, and it's been like triple digits the way it feels over here.
Yeah, it sucks. It's the feels like heat here has been ridiculous. Like a few weeks ago, they were like, "Oh, well, we almost broke a record," and I was like, "Oh, we're like 1 degree away from breaking a fucking record." And I was like, oh, "I wonder when the record's from." Oh, 1912. I was like, "Holy shit!" God,
dude, I heard. I was seeing on the news that it's like California is getting, in parts of Arizona, but especially like California. There's certain spots over there where like the heat is supposed to have felt like 118.
Yeah,
Jesus
that's like that
Christ,
dry heat. So it's a little different, but it's still that is, and it's only going to get hotter. I don't know about how it is over in Texas. I know you're on the southern part of Texas, but Dark Matter can attest. We've been in Florida long enough. The winters just keep getting shorter and shorter and pushed further and further back.
Yeah.
Everybody in Florida is running their AC for the entire month of fucking December.
Yeah, like here it's still like shorts and a t-shirt. It starts getting really cold probably around like later in January and in February. Obviously, last February was really cold.
I got a sweatshirt I love, and I get to wear it for like maybe a week.
Yeah,
that's it.
Like there was when we first moved down here, the winter was like you could wear your jacket, but like last winter, I don't think I wore my jacket at all.
Dude, Paul's in the chat. He says, "Fuck off, dry heat." I could hear it in his fucking voice too. Yeah, I know. I said more of a dry heat. Like Arizona's got more of a dry heat than fucking Florida. I promise you, it is not nearly as fucking
the humidity.
It's here. When I say you step outside and you're like, oh, it's hot, and then like 2 minutes later you're like, and I'm drenched, and I'm like sticky, and like it's just like it's wet, soupy fucking heat that's unbearable. I'll tell you what, I could not work outside anymore.
Yeah, that's why you're sticky.
Yeah, that's what I keep telling myself, bro. But
yeah.
God damn, it is hot. Oh fuck yeah. What is it like? 110 degrees in here? Oh fuck yeah.
Somebody knock that AC down to 42 degrees so it'll freeze right up, so I can rub the ice on my nipples. All right,
you ready to take a break?
Yeah, let's do a break. When we come back, we have we'll get straight into content. And I wanted to thank Night Me for the super chat as well. Yeah. We always appreciate those. They really do make a big difference. And also, Pale Blue Mama, I had offered to join us one of these Tuesdays. It doesn't obviously have to be. It'd be basically whenever you want. But I do have.
Nice.
I have. I'm trying to get more guests on the show. So there are a number of them, including Geek Room guys and all that we'll be doing. So Pale Blue Mama, you get back to me whenever. Any Tuesday that we're not having anyone else on should be fan-fucking-tastic. And I'm Poisoning the Well. I'm trying to get back on as well because it's been way too long for those guys. Anyway, so stay tuned. We got a lot more content to cover. We'll be right back. right, we're back. A reminder that Streamlabs, of course, is still open. Jump in there, get that shit. Yeah, and without further ado, we'll just go straight to some more content because I know we got plenty of it.
Yeah, let's do some tech.
Uh-oh.
This looks like it takes place in Florida.
Could be.
I can't wait for the
That
future.
looks.
We all have one of these.
That looks. It looks almost fake.
Here we go with the samurai.
Yeah, exactly.
jetpack
You
again.
can see the string right there.
This right here.
I guess what's that he's like,
that part does look fake. But the samurai thing was real.
Yeah, sure. And he also, like, it's just, is it blowing out his back as well? Is that what's going on? Yeah, I guess so. All right, so the arms are just for like light control, and the back suit is what's this part right here where he does the spin around. That's pretty convincing.
I think it's real.
Still, man, like let me
like,
tell you how risky it is to do that over water, because you are not swimming out of that bitch with all that shit strapped to you.
Well, it's really this part right here that doesn't. And if all of it is coming from his arms, then I say it's fake.
Yeah, it's not all. It can't all be coming from his arms.
But the fact that how the grass is moving, that looks legit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know how else they would do it, like, unless he's attached to like a crane or something.
Yeah, they would have had to put like a lot of work
okay?
into it. Oh.
What are you gonna do
with
the doo-doo?
You chose an Independence Day.
Wow. Give that Jim, that's nasty.
Well,
what do you mean it's nasty?
Oh, brother.
What are the heads that are floating?
Oh, he said it.
クランプドーネテッド $7.01 ドル。What's up, you fantastic assholes?
What's up, Crampaw? You're the fantastic asshole here. All right. He's like, hello, boys. I'm back. Good old Randy Quaid playing the crazy person, not just like, being the crazy person.
He's a method actor.
Yeah, a meth head actor. Correct.
They're saying you can see it coming from his back when he's over the water, guys.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like you can tell the main thrust is coming from the backpack.
Yeah, well, thanks, Ryan. It's awesome, man.
Yeah, very
Always
generous
pleasure.
of you. You, sir, are a gentleman and a scholar.
We have some more tech that is a bit more dark matter style.
But I sent you
My
the
newest
jetpack.
invention here is called the Cob Quickie. Hands down the easiest way to butter your corn on the cob on a hot summer day. Simply grab yourself a fresh stick of butter and using our patent-pending firm grip design, place the butter directly onto the center spikes. Then simply go to town buttering your corn on the cob from top to bottom. No matter what your technique is, get the job done this summer when you use the Cob Quickie.
Yeah, use one of those for your corn on the cob, and then use one of the hot dog hiders.
Dude, I am convinced that this man, look at it. That is dark matter with a fake mustache and fake hair.
Oh my god, it is.
He's got like blue eyes and everything.
Dude, dark matter. Do you put on a wig and fake mustache so you can butter your cob in public without being recognized?
Butter your cob.
Ooh, yeah.
Well, you guys weren't supposed to find out about my Cobb Quickie side job.
This is how he really afforded the Lotus. With all the money he makes off of the Cobb Quickie.
Dude. I should write that down. Just Dark Matter saying that he made all his money doing Cobb Quickies. I really should. That should probably make it somewhere. 3, 3, 4. Man, we've done way too many of these episodes.
Oh boy.
334. Yeah, that's your tech, guys.
Brought to you by Dark Matter. Brought to you by Totally Not Dark Matter 2525.
Yeah. If you just put, like, if you don't butter a cob on the corn, you butter something else. It's called The Stranger.
You guys,
do you know what The Stranger is, Dark Matter?
Car you don't get into? Or?
No. The Stranger is where you sit on your hand until it goes numb, and then you touch yourself with it, so you can't really feel it. So it feels like your hand part. So it feels like a stranger is touching you.
Good Lord.
Drew knew exactly what I was talking about.
But I'm trying to remember where I learned that. What show was that? Was that Chappelle's show?
That's
what fucking show was that from?
That wouldn't really work with me because my hands have calluses all over them.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
From animating?
Yeah.
Oh,
no,
yeah.
From masturbating.
Because before he invented this, he used to have to butter his own corn cobs.
God. So I listened to a song today and the lyrics were like, I wish everyone I knew was dead so I wouldn't have to pick up the phone and I could sit and masturbate at home all alone. And it was like a dead fucking serious song. Oh, well, now I've got to find it. It was Seratopia. Like, God, look up Serentopia. It's like, it's by Highly Suspect. So look up Highly Suspect serotonin. It's like supposed to be about serotonin and Seratopia or
Serotonia.
There you go.
I wish that everyone I knew was dead, so I didn't pick up the phone. All I wanted to be naked and masturbate at home all day. Masturbate all day at home of California dreaming.
Yeah, dude, like, what a great way to open a song. The first lyrics are, I wish everyone I knew was dead. I was like, God damn. And why? Just so I don't have to pick up the phone. Brutal. It's a great song. If we weren't going to get copyrighted, I'd say fucking play it, but tis what it is. Check it out yourself. My brain power is wasted.
Rather than people dying, what's stopping him from just leaving? Just get up and leave.
Are we talking about the corn cob guy? Or are we talking about
he's talking about the guy that wrote the lyrics. But look, it's just not that easy. That's right up there with like, well, if you don't like America, get out. Like, it's just not as simple as that.
If you wanted to start over in a place where no one knows you,
you don't even have to leave. You don't even have to leave the state. You just got to leave like town.
Yeah.
Doesn't mean that people stop calling you. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it does. You change your number.
No, it doesn't.
That's his rebuttal. What do you have to say to that? Dark Matter.
Here, just play the very beginning of that song. I don't care about the fucking copyright shit.
He says that now.
I don't. I'll cut it out if I have to. The worst part about having to edit out anything is that we lose the chat for the replay of the chat. But just skip forward like, I don't know, 10 or 15 seconds.
The opening quote was, we are all born to die. The difference is the intensity in which we choose to live.
All right, so you skip forward a little bit. Yeah, like. that it?
Highly suspect serotonia.
Yeah, that's it. But I think you skipped too far forward.
I must have.
Yeah. No. Oh yeah, it just goes straight to the California Dreamin' on that version.
Oh, is this the edited version?
It must be.
Oh.
Whatever. Fuck it. Not worth
it. Listen to it yourselves, people.
Yeah, go check it out. The unedited version. Told you one of the most embarrassing things I've ever done in my life was back in the day of when you went to buy CDs. I think it was Lamb of God came up with the Ashes of the Wake. And I was like, oh, gotta have it. Like went right out and bought it the day it fucking came out and was in such a rush to fucking grab it and get out of there. I bought the fucking censored version. And the very first song, like the chorus is "See Who Gives a Fuck." And it's like, "See who gives a," and I'm like, what the fuck? What? And I took it back, and the guy's like, "Nah, man, you opened it." I was like, "You fucking son of a bitch!" Paid like fucking $19 for this goddamn compact disc from FYE at the mall.
Oh, that was the expensive spot too, man.
Yeah, well, it was the only spot that had that fucking album. This is back before you could just go download everything.
Yeah, that one thing I did like about them, I only went there a couple of times, but dude, they had a much better selection than like everybody else.
Oh, their metal selection was fantastic.
Yeah, dude, finding metal like anything besides Marilyn Manson or something like that.
Metallica.
Finding anything outside of like the real popular shit.
They had like
rare.
Dillinger Escape Plan and all kinds of fucking
Dude,
wild shit.
I used to stack up on like Cannibal Corpse albums and
fuck yeah. And then they had those awesome. My favorite ones were like where it was a sampler, so it would have like one song from all these, it would be 2 discs, like 40 fucking tracks, all from different bands. Some of them you've never fucking heard of, and you get that shit for like $4 or $5 because it was a sampler. And I used to fall in love with those. They were like a mixtape that you didn't have to fucking do yourself. Yeah, the good old days. I'm showing my age here now. I'd listen to it on my Discman with a 40-second anti-skip.
Dark Matter, do you have a tape deck in the Lotus?
No.
Why not?
No. It has a
bald tooth.
Bald tooth.
Oh god.
It's actually a pretty modern car. Like my van still has a tape deck.
Really?
Yeah.
What year is it?
07.
Jesus. My neighbor Tyler has a Kia that has like hand crank windows. I was like, God, I haven't seen that in for fucking ever. It's been a hot minute since I've seen fucking hand crank windows. Yeah, I used to kind of enjoy the tape deck because that fucking adapter.
Mm-hmm.
It's just got the metal piece on there, and you just fucking, and then you can plug it into anything.
That's how I did shit forever.
I use an FM transmitter now. That's the way.
Well,
the easiest way for me to do it.
When I first bought this car, it came with a tape deck, and but the thing is, I still have all my old tapes, so I would just listen to those. But when I wanted to do the tape deck thing, it kept like fucking up. Like, and so I got the FM thing, and it fucked up too. So eventually, it was just like, dude,
you got to get a good one.
Yeah,
like,
well, I bought like a cheaper one, but I was just like, dude, I can buy, and every vehicle I've ever had, I've already put like my own like CD player in it.
Yeah.
So I'm like, dude, I'm just gonna buy
I used to do that, but now like the last few vehicles I've had, it's got the goddamn, like it's built into the dash. It's not just like a single din or double din. It's like built in, so you have to get an entire new dash piece, like to put in your. And I'm like, I drive beaters, like purposely drive beaters. I'm not sinking a shitload of money in there for something like that. So.
My first truck, I didn't like it. Would like the adapter thing wouldn't fit, so the tape player that I wired in there literally like kind of like hung and sat, like it wasn't like fixed or whatever. And you couldn't run the tape deck. It was a tape. It wasn't a CD player. It was a tape deck. I installed a tape deck into this thing, and you couldn't run the headlights and the tape deck at the same time. So
I was gonna say you can't run the.
Yeah. So when we would drive around like at night to go get booze or something, like when I was like my late teens, we would drive around and we would be like listening to like Zeppelin and Sabbath and stuff, and we would be driving without headlights on until we saw somebody else coming. Once they got kind of close, we would have to like turn on the headlights so they didn't hit us. Then your music would cut out, and then whenever they would pass you, you would just turn the lights right back off, and it would come back up with like.
Jesus Christ!
Oh yeah,
Drew.
that
is some ghetto shit.
Oh yeah,
that is seriously. I had a truck where you had to turn the parking lights on before it started. It was like an anti-theft device, and I ended up removing that fucking anti-theft device because guess what? When the fucking stupid thing stops working, it doesn't matter if the goddamn parking lights are on or not. It won't fucking start, and it's just a cable with a tiny little fucking computer chip in it. It's dumb as fuck. Rip that shit straight out of there. Just like most fucking appliances or whatever, where something goes wrong, I just bypass it. Just but like I had an old washing machine, and when you open the lid, it's got the little pin that like pushes. It's a little plastic pin that pushes a button that lets it know, okay, the lid is open. Well, the pin came out, so it was just saying the lid was open all the time, and it wouldn't fucking work. So I'm looking for a replacement stupid pin, and they're like $27 for a fucking little plastic dowel. I was like, oh, go fuck yourself. I took the whole thing apart and I just bypassed that whole thing. So unfortunately, that also meant that if it wasn't centered and it started its spin, and it's if it wasn't centered, that was also the part that would keep it from rocking itself to death. So I had to bypass that as well, but I just made sure everything was real centered before it went into spin mode. Have you ever seen the people where they put it in spin mode and throw a brick in there? Them things will shake. You haven't?
No.
Oh, dude, look up throwing a cinder block in a washing machine. It's fucking highly.
How could you not have looked up throwing a cinder block in a washing machine?
Bro, you kidding me? Yeah,
we've been on the internet for fucking years and years and years. You have to have seen that.
Jesus, Drew.
If you've never seen it, it's pretty entertaining to watch.
This has 4 million views, and it sounds like Dark Matter's Lotus. You know what it almost sounds like? It almost sounds like drum machine blast beats on like a shitty like homemade fucking grindcore album.
Oh, let's not be those people. Who's the original? Yeah, he says don't bother to give credit. So who's the original? Who's the owner here? What's his name? Well, yeah, who is it?
Photonic Induction.
There you go. Photonic Induction. You got your credit here.
Enjoy your influx of
exactly.
Subs.
This video is old as shit anyway.
Yeah.
Anyway, so all right. Skip to the part where he's fucking actually throwing that shit in there. You get the blah blah blah. All right, so that thing is. So they've bypassed it, so there's no door on it. Obviously not a very good machine, so they're gonna wreck it. This is
the hell?
Dude, I don't understand. So like the brick's not already in there, right?
No, it's not. They're gonna chuck one in there.
Wait. So it's already acting like that without anything in it?
Yeah, that's why they're willing to trash it.
Okay.
Like obviously if it was in good working order, they wouldn't want to fucking trash it. It's in bad shape. Probably the bearings are fucked up on it or whatever. But all right, come on already, god damn it. Throw the goddamn cinder block in there. Oh no, trust me, by then it's fucking shaking good. You've got to be doing it here in a second. Come on, you son of a bitch. I ain't got all night.
He wants to make sure you know what you're dealing with.
Yeah, it's not a very long video. We're already like 3/4 into it.
Here we go.
Holy shit.
Damn.
It's death throes.
Dude, it's going to ruin your garden, bro.
Dude, it's like having a stroke. What the fuck?
And it's dead.
Yeah. So, I mean, and they got a bunch of these where when you have a washer that's in shit shape, you just rig it so it'll go no matter if the door's open or whatever, and toss a cinder block or whatever. Yeah. Done. Yeah. So that was a. You have to bypass it because it's got sensors that can tell when it's off like that. But
it looks like a Star Wars droid, like self-destructing.
It's in like the basement of Jabba's palace, getting tortured.
Yeah,
this is what happens to it. Dark matter after 4 beers. Yes. Nice, Serdian, nice.
Fucking classic. I love it.
Damn, dude, it just fucking rocked everything off.
Yeah. They got to be careful because it may tag some of their flowers there.
Oh.
What?
You got some nerve, sir.
Yeah. It's my birthday.
Yeah.
Can't lock me up on my birthday, bro. That's like a law or something. So what? I told you I was driving with no headlights because my fucking tape deck won't work.
Yeah, Jesus, man.
Damn it. Yeah, I'm fucking 19 years old on the way to the liquor store, already a little drunk. What's your problem? This is fucking Texas, sir.
For real. Let's try this one.
Do not come. Do not come.
I'm gonna come.
Oh, Jesus! I was about to say I've heard this first line a couple of times before in my life. It was not quite said in this tone, but pretty close.
Are you sure it wasn't the stone?
All right. Let me imagine them. Go ahead, start it. I need
Do
to
not
hear
come.
Oh, but I don't know.
Do not come.
I'm gonna come.
I'm sorry, but the fucking mental image of Donald Trump ejaculating.
No,
is like,
don't. Please don't.
Well, but then again, you just had the middle image of banging Kamala Harris.
No, I was imagining, a woman other than Kamala Harris. She's not like terrible looking, but she's not. She ain't no Sarah Palin. Sarah Palin's nasty. Don't look for me. I'm one of those guys. You can be. I can't turn off like the fact that it turns me off when I. When I think someone's either an idiot or like just like a really dishonest shit stain, like that just is an immediate turn off. It's really hard to get past that kind of shit. But yeah, do not come. Oh, I'm gonna come. What are you gonna do about it? That's Donald Trump's next website. DonaldBJTrump.com.
Let's try My Kind of Luck.
Oh shit!
What the fuck? That is one hell of a sinkhole.
Yeah, it only happens in your spot. And
Yeah,
the
that's-
lights are on the car, so I'm assuming someone's still in there dying.
Oh, I fucking hope not.
That is a terrible.
No,
way
somebody's
to go.
way too calm filming this.
Yeah.
For that to be the case.
Bro, the lights are on in the car. They might not
There's
know
no getting out of there.
It might just be the lights are on because the electric. Were they on the entire time? Started over. You see, it's starting right there because it might just be that the electrics are getting fried right now.
Yeah, I mean, I hope nobody's in it.
I hope nobody's in it too. It was a half decent car.
Dude, how deep is that hole?
Oh, you thought parallel parking was bad? Try vertical parking. Yeah, it just whoop gone. That is a hell of a fucking sinkhole. Oh my god! It doesn't even look like there's water anywhere immediately around there.
That's scary as fuck, thinking just like straight down.
Yeah, Florida's got a really high instance of sinkholes, which is always freaky. We have a water main on our street that's constantly fucking leaking, and they're constantly patching it. And every time we see like the road is wet and it hasn't been raining, I go look, and in the cracks and little cracks in the road, you can see the fucking water just like slowly bubbling up. And I call them the city immediately, and they're actually really good about coming out, and they fucking dig the whole shit up and patch it wherever it is. But they really just need to relay the fucking whole line, because if you let that shit go unchecked and it's just leaking and leaking and leaking, that's how you get them sinkholes. That's the last fucking thing I need right now.
It's crazy because this looks like it's cement over the top of like a lake. This is like what the videos of like ice breaking over a lake.
Yeah. This is
that's nutty, man. And that's not like a whole lot of concrete between.
No, I bet you when they laid the
water.
concrete originally, it wasn't just completely fucking saturated with water.
Yeah. Well, is that water out? You see the guy walking back there? Is that water over there?
It may be. For all you know, it's yeah, I see what you're talking about. I can't tell.
Maybe.
It's for all we know, this, you know, there's a big pipe that runs underneath there somewhere that has burst and has.
It just ate this car.
Yep. This also happens on Russian roads a lot. Some of those sinkhole pictures almost look fucking fake.
Everybody in the chat is saying Tremors.
Oh yeah,
it was the fucking graboids.
This is Tremors 9. The Tremors go to Vietnam or wherever the fuck that was.
Let's try.
Tremors 10. Michael J. Fox.
Oh, Jesus. Let's try this apostle. This apostle casts out demons.
Leave her. Out. 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 Everyone leave her.
Dude, this is filmed in the exact same way all those old like Seitan Bruggencate videos were filmed. You remember that guy where he would go around and just be like, you know, he'd be talking to these guys that were supposedly like atheists or skeptics or whatever. He's like, he would just say something like, "Yeah, but you could be wrong about that," and then it would play this dramatic music, and the guys would just like look around like it just blows their mind.
How do you know what I was talking about earlier? Where like it doesn't matter how attractive you are, I can't look past like this is a perfect example. You could be an attractive woman, like 1 second of seeing this, and I'm like, oh no, I'm not sticking my dick in that. You don't stick your dick in something like that.
Leave her. She's talking about you.
Got the screaming. All right, and now she's all calm, and she's like, "Do not come. Do not come."
Everyone go.
Look at them nails. Look at the poor dog. You see the dog? Oh, that was great. That poor dog is looking around like, oh, Jesus. I gotta go home with this bitch.
I like this part.
You have to go now. No! No! Yes, you have to. No! Your time is up today. Your time
Demons
is up.
are little
Thank you,
kids.
God.
They're just little kids.
No more torment. Out, everyone. Out, everyone. Nothing can escape the presence of Jesus in people.
I wonder if like regular Christians are embarrassed by this shit, like regular liberals are embarrassed by like extreme far left and like type shit. Because I know I've seen some shit where I'm like, oh yeah, you're making us look bad over here, and like this has got to be the same thing.
Even those aren't as bad as like writhing around on the ground screaming, though.
I don't know. I've seen some that are essentially writhing around on the ground screaming in text form.
Well, you talking about like crazy, like far left people?
Like like far left. Like it is. You're not allowed to not want to date a transgender person.
Yeah, but we've literally watched videos of them rolling around on the ground screaming.
Yeah, we've seen that. But my main question, that's Dark Matter's thing. My question is, are the people that are more moderate embarrassed by this the same way, like on the Christian side. Because, like for example, I know a Christian, very Christian girl at work, and she had to go to a funeral for a family member, and I was like, oh, how was it? I know, going to funerals aren't great or whatever, but how was it? And she goes, oh, the trip was fine and everything. She's like, the service was really weird. I was like, oh, well, what kind of service was it? And she's like, Catholic. Okay, so she's Christian, but she's like, sitting through one freaking funeral service, Catholic funeral service, and I totally understand why people are like, agnostic and atheist and shit like that. It's like it's a huge fucking turnoff. It's just, well, I'm sure it was a lot of fucking speaking in Latin and doing like the, patron saints or some crazy,
Yeah, if you come from like being like a Protestant and you go to a Catholic church, I was that way because I was brought up Protestant. But when we would go to like a friend's deal or whatever, and it would be like at a Catholic church, it might as well be a different religion.
Yeah,
I mean, just as far as like how the actual services go.
Yeah, it's basically, they
Catholic
believe basically the same
formal,
shit, just
right?
with a lot more different details. Say again.
Catholic is like more formal, right? They have a set routine more so.
They have a very set routine, and they do a lot of like the sainthood type shit. They care very much about the saints. There's a lot of repetitive and rhythmic shit. The idea of
like confession and all that.
Confession, the idea
that does
of
not exist.
What else was I gonna say? Oh, confirmation, where you're like confirmed and given like a Catholic, I was confirmed. I went through freaking baptism, first communion, and freaking confirmation as a freaking Catholic. It's and a lot of people will tell you, well, that's not Christian, but like I read the same fucking Bible, all that shit. It was not that fucking different. It's just the way that they went about it and the way that the shit that they focused on.
The way that I always saw it, again from like the outside, because I've like we would have like nobody in like the family was Catholic, but the way that I kind of always saw it is like there's a lot of like bureaucracy in Catholicism. So it's like it's more based like with the Protestant stuff. It's more like a personal kind of thing because again, there's no confession, there's no hierarchies of people. It's more just like you're all in this boat, and you kind of like got to learn the right way to do things or whatever, and find salvation and all. But it's not like there's like a whole system. There's not like a chain of command that goes up or something like that.
One thing they got in common is they both want your fucking money.
Yeah.
And Catholicism doesn't seem to like be very compatible with Jesus.
Yeah, I mean, I well, that might also just depend on your perspective. I kind of always saw it that way when I was religious.
Sure.
Because it's like you have this broke down like hippie dude that like lives in dirt huts basically.
The same way that Republicans and Jesus like don't mix.
Yeah, it's I don't know. It's just it always seemed weird to me, but I also kind of chalk that up to you accept, because I've had those conversations with Catholic people, and it's like you kind of accept like what you're presented with as a child is what you know of as the religion,
Yeah.
So like when a Catholic person, like I was raised in a church where like people spoke in tongues and were like laying on hands and like falling out and stuff like that. And if a Catholic person came to that church, it was like, what the fuck is this? The same way like when we went to a Catholic church, it was like, what the fuck is this? So
before you exit this freeze frame, I want like the caption should be for this image: do not come. All right. Yeah, I don't know. Like the I don't know. Some of it really weirds me out, and it could be like super nice and mostly normal people, but like it just, I don't know. I think the craziest part about it for me is they don't have, most of people like this just don't have a sense of like embarrassment about doing this kind of shit in public or talking to other people about it. Like it's like no, this is like normal, or I'm doing God's work type of thing. So like it's not attached with this, because there are things that I catch myself saying all the time that I'm like, I gotta find a way to word this so it's not, doesn't sound like, you know what I mean? Like it doesn't have but they just don't have, a lot of them do not have that filter, and they go out and do stupid shit where they scream because the demons are being removed from them and they roll around on the ground.
But do you think for them that a lot of that is because, I guess, more of like a cultural thing, where even now, like, it's a little bit different now than it was even like 10 years ago, but there was, I know, like when I was growing up, there was like no voices against that would ever just be like, dude, that's fucking weird.
Yeah, there was very few, and it was much more common for people to be quiet if they didn't believe and just kind of go along with it, or just, I tend to use the word non-religious. Mm-hmm. If I'm, I'll just be like, I'm just not religious.
Yeah, I do that a lot too.
And instead of being like, because I don't want to, still a lot of negative connotation with like the word atheist. Yeah. And especially if I'm dealing with like, coworkers or neighbors or you know what I mean? It's different than just like, your buddies or whatever that you have more time to kind of explain it to. Cause I don't want to have to get into a huge discussion about this fucking shit. I'm just like, oh, what church do you go to? And I'm like, none, I'm not religious.
Yeah. That's pretty much where I find myself.
And that's about to be the majority.
Yeah. Good. I mean, it's good in the sense that I feel like it's a move towards rationality, but at the same time, you look at their fucking country and their state of politics and everything else, and obviously we are not moving towards rationality.
Yeah, that's always been my whole thing too. Is like if people are dropping religion because it is a conclusion you came through like logically, that's something that I'm like totally on board with. But if it's something you just came through because it's just like, oh well, now this is like becoming like a like a not trendy, cool thing. Yeah, it's becoming like it's like, well, dude, I don't like that because it's like you're doing it for the wrong reasons.
Yeah, trust me.
Like you need to come to a conclusion because it fucking makes sense and you thought about it, not because of something stupid.
You don't want to be agnostic because you haven't thought about it. You want to be agnostic because you've thought about it so much and you can't come to a conclusion. Yeah. Or you know what I mean? Ignorance is not the way to come to freaking the facts of the cosmos. You don't. That's like the you saw Louis Gohmert asking about he's like, can we change the orbit of the moon?
Is that the video you sent?
Yeah.
Okay, here, hold on.
And I understand from what's been testified to the Forest Service and the BLM, you want very much to work on the issue of climate change. I was informed by the immediate past director of NASA that they have found that the moon's orbit is changing slightly, and so is the Earth's orbit around the sun. We know there's been significant solar flare activity.
By the way, can you pause? We've known about the way that the altercations in the orbits and have been predicting them for fucking a long time.
Yeah, and they happen at the rate of fingernail growth.
Yeah, it's the same as the tectonic plates fucking move, and we know about the wobble. Yeah. The Earth doesn't just fucking sit on its axis perfectly. There's a fucking wobble to it. By the way, this guy will tell you all of that is because God did it that way.
So, since the Earth's orbit shifts away from the sun at a rate of about 1.5 inches a year, and the moon moves away from the Earth at about 1.5 inches a year, in order for that to negatively affect us, it would take so many years that by then the Earth would have, the sun would have already boiled away our oceans. It's a total non-issue.
Louis Gohmert is a complete fucking idiot, but what I believe is happening here is he's trying to do a gotcha on them. He's trying to say, okay, the Forestry Service cares about climate change. NASA is saying climate is changing and the orbit of the moon is changing. So how about, can you change the orbit of the moon? Because if you can't do that, why should we do anything at all?
Not only that, but can BLM change the orbit of the moon?
I had to throw that in there.
I want to point out really quick, Teej, I think you'll back me up on this. This man is exceptionally bald.
Well, I don't want to cast any
No.
aspersions on his asparagus.
It looks like he has the side flares there. It looks like he's
he's still a hair.
No, he's letting them go white. But in any other context,
can we just say he's bi?
This is what dark matter would look like. Put blue eyes on this man, and it's dark matter.
Where's our photoshoppers out there?
Yeah, just
he's
exactly
bi. He's
dark.
bi-haired. He's bi-haired. Let's just say that. Okay.
And so, is there anything that the National Forest Service or BLM can do to change the course of the moon's orbit or the Earth's orbit around the sun? Obviously, that would have profound effects on our climate.
I would have to follow up with you on that one, Mr. Gomer.
Did you see that little shit-eating grin?
Well, if you figure out a way
at the end.
Obviously, that would have profound effects on our climate.
Wait.
I would have
look at that
to
little
follow
shit.
up with.
Look at him. That little shit-eating grin. He thinks
Got
he
him.
really got it. I got you.
God, so stupid.
He is. I mean, and Drew, that's your people, all right? That's Texas.
That's dark matters, people. No, just because that fuck lives here and somebody voted for him. No.
What's that flag over his shoulder, dark matter?
Looks like Texas to
Yeah,
me.
yeah,
And he has like an 80s stereo back
Dude,
there.
he does. I was talking about dating myself with like you go to pick up your stereo system before you take it to the pawn shop. This son of a bitch has got one. Somebody's like, sir, have you heard of Bluetooth? He's like, who needs Bluetooth when I have my fucking CD player / tape deck / turntable / volume mixer combo by Sony.
TJ, this is Louis Goldmark. If you mention Bluetooth, he goes, my teeth are as white as can be.
Mm-hmm. Don't you cash aspersions on my asparagus. It's like my favorite fucking. Every time I say that, people are like, he didn't say that. No. Oh, yes, he did. Yes, he fucking did. He is that fucking stupid. And you know, someone's like, he can't be that dumb. I'm like, if you think Louis Gohmert can't be that dumb, you haven't watched enough Louis Gohmert.
We've seen enough Louis Gohmert over the years.
That man is a complete fucking nincompoop.
His the one that I remember from him the most was about how the
thank you for the birthday wishes in the chat, guys.
I'm trying to remember where it was in the country, but it was something about how like his reasoning for why these oil pipelines were so good is because they create warmth for the animals to like hover near to stay warm during like the winters. He was trying to make like some like retarded like humanitarian like this is just not only is it like neutral for the environment, this is actually a benefit because the oil is so hot when it gets pumped through these tubes that
he's the kind of guy that'll be like, did the semi run over the child? Yes. Did that help stop it a little quicker? I think so. I think the semi stopped a little bit quicker because of little Timmy.
You on that one, Mr. Gohmert?
Yeah. Well, if you figure out a way that you in the Forest Service can make that change, I'd like to know. Also, just to put on your.
By the way, if the Forest Service says they want to focus on climate change or whatever, that's like totally understandable. The fucking Forest Service, they've had extreme wildfires and shit lately.
I would get like a big prank together with the Forest Service and NASA and stuff and call them up and be like, Mr. Gohmert, we figured it out.
Did it.
Yeah, you wanted us to let you know, and we have a solution. We are implementing it now.
Yep. We're going to use Space Force to do a moon base alpha.
Yeah.
All right. They're going to be on the dark side of the moon with Pink Floyd. And then they're going to freak it. You know what I mean?
We just need you to sign off on it, sir.
Yeah.
Do you want to save the world?
Jesus fucking Christ.
Let's try
Louis Dipshit Gohmert. Man is a
So
moron.
Barbie lives in this giant mansion, Malibu mansion, all these rooms. Think about how many rooms is in that house. I mean, remember, she's probably got that thing filled to the brim with restoration hardware furniture. All the space, and yet, because of the Green New Deal, she's not allowed to fart in her own house. Barbie can't fart. Imagine.
This is what it's come to.
Young Woman Leaders Summit, and they're talking about how you can't fart in your house.
Yep.
Because of the Green New Deal, you can't fart in your own house. Oh boy.
You get a citation. Yeah.
Yeah, there's so much shit to hammer on the Green New Deal that you had to go to farting in your own fucking house. That's it. This is a good example too, Teach. We talk about like your average Christian person being embarrassed of somebody that's rolling around on the floor, fucking twitching and shit from having a demon cast out of them.
Yeah,
it's kind of the same thing. Because even my understanding, even most like left wingers are like, okay, the Green New Deal is like crazy.
If you're not moderate enough that you look at this as stupid, then like I probably don't want anything to do with you. If you're like, God nailed it, farting in my house for the lib to pwn the libs, you know what I mean? Like what? Like, bro, I don't even wipe my ass and that I own the libs. Fucking like, dude. That's pretty fucking stupid and pathetic. But the people that are probably fucking like eating this shit up with a spoon are so fucking dumb anyway. They know they can say whatever. It doesn't even have to be competent or make sense or avoid hypocrisy or anything like that. And they just fucking people like Dave Rubin or whatever, they go to do this to fucking grift. Because it's easy to grift to idiots. It is so fucking difficult to go after like smart people because they're fucking smart. You can't scam them easily. Much easier to scam idiots. And when they fucking figure that out, they come to a decision that it's worth selling out rather than being fucking like legit. So, and if you think people are there people that absolutely believe it? Fuck yeah. Do I think that Ted Nugent actually believes all this crazy shit? Yeah, absolutely. Do I think that like Dave Rubin does? Absolutely not. I think that he's convincing himself, or like Milo Yiannopoulos, who is now fucking like ex-gay, showing up on all the Christian shows to shit talk, everything that isn't like Christian conservatism. It's really fucking weird. They know where the money is. And they're willing to sell out to do it. And I've joked about doing that kind of shit, but I couldn't fucking live with myself. It's way too much fun being fucking off the cuff and honest and wrong sometimes, but like learning from it and not pretending that that's like the feature, not the bug. You know what I mean? There's so many of these, Ben Shapiro, for fuck's sake, is like in the top 10 trending on Facebook like every day.
You mean
every fucking day?
The terribly oppressed, censored.
Yeah. He can't say a damn thing, and they're even shitting on Ben Shapiro in some circles because he's a Jew. He's not Christian enough. Like let them eat themselves. I don't care.
He's naturally going to attract that crowd.
And they have other people that are like, I didn't know he was Jewish. I'm like, bro, he wears the little fucking yarmulke,
dude. If you don't know the time, if you don't know Ben Shapiro's Jewish, you haven't listened to Ben Shapiro.
I just thought he really sucked at hat shopping.
Like, not knowing Ben Shapiro is Jewish is like not knowing his wife is a doctor.
Yeah. Did we do this? Did I play the Streamlabs? The Streamlabs have been set up to go automatic tonight. But I don't know if this one came through with I divide by 00.
No, it didn't. Oh. The last one that I saw was from Crampaw.
Okay. Well, it's not going through now either. Hold on. Trying to get it to play. It's I divide by 00 says happy 40th. Crazy how life changes. He donated $4.20.
Oh, awesome. I'm not sure what the minimum is set at, but it should have probably done something. Anyway, we really appreciate it. I divide by 0. That's a great screen name, by the way. Happy 40. Yeah, it is crazy how life changes. Let me tell you, I never thought I'd be 40 with fucking 2-year-old twins. That is a major change there. Let me tell you. I did, however, know that I would still be doing this goddamn podcast. I knew that shit was going to happen. That is until I win it big on these scratch-offs that I'm going to do next hour.
Let's see if we have something that will tide us over. A pro surfer surfing with his kid.
Oh, yeah. You might want to mute this one too.
Yeah, it's another. Oh,
It's really amazing.
He's got really well.
That kid's
That's a
having a
very
hell of a time.
perfect wave. I don't know where this is, but they've got some beautiful fucking surf. Pro surfer's kid nearly drowns after he drops them in a fucking.
The little
I mean, they're wearing a
kids-
life preserver and shit, right? Yeah.
The little kid's like, I don't see what the fuss is about. This is easy.
Yeah. Yeah, this is like the longest, most beautiful wave, and there's no chop whatsoever. It's almost like it's in a fucking pool.
It's
and he's
awesome.
he's riding the fucking tubular,
Yeah.
dude.
It's awesome.
That is pretty badass. Lucky kid.
Yeah, that is a hell of a wave.
Now, all right,
And I took my
now
kid
I'm
in-
kind of impressed, but you do it with twins. Then I'm impressed. All right?
One on each
And
shoulder.
Today, I took my kid into the ocean. I put him up on my shoulders so that we can go into the deep water. And a wave hit us, and he grabbed my beard and nearly yanked it out of my head. So that's where I'm coming from.
This poor kid is just traumatized, seawater in his eyes, 2 fistful of fucking chin hair.
Yeah.
I think it was, I can't remember if it was Ash or Cole. One of my kids, when we went to the beach, a wave smacked him pretty good. And I was trying to I let the waves hit their feet, and then more in the belly. And then I was trying to show him to jump. We're not in deep water or anything like that, but just showing him to jump as the little waves rolled in or whatever. But then a decent one, or when they double over on each other and become a little stronger, one of those hit him. Feet came out, face hit the water. Wanted it's time to go sit on the towel. They were done. Give me a fucking juice box. I'm over this shit.
Bro, I know that's all it took for me when I was a kid. You get hit in the face by a saltwater wave.
Yeah, and not only that, but in shallow water where it's all stirred up sand and shit that just gets in every and you're just no.
I've always been that way. I love lakes and the trees and the grass and dirt, not sand. I hate sand. And I hate the fucking heat of the beach, and I hate salt water, and I hate jellyfish.
Anakin over here. You hate the sand, huh?
Yeah, all of it. And I killed them all, not just the women, but the children too. I do though. I mean, I can go for a bit, but everything about it, I would rather be at a lake. Dude, salt water sucks so bad.
Yeah, I think my least favorite thing about it's only decent if you have one of those rinse showers nearby, because coming out of the salt water and then when you dry off, you're just covered in that layer of salt, and it's the most uncomfortable feeling. It's really fucking terrible.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and then you track fucking sand back on your feet.
I mean, I
your
used
legs
to
are all wet.
go and spend a few days out on the beach. My folks have a timeshare, and they would never use. It was for a week, and they would only use 3 days, and they'd be like, "Hey, you want to come out here for a couple nights and use it? Because we're not going to use it for the rest of the time." And I was like, "Hell yeah!" But they had a lot of the rinse off spots, and also when it's not your place, you don't care so much about tracking a little sand in. When it's going to be some maid cleaning that shit after you fucking leave, it's a little bit better. I actually think they sold that timeshare. I think the last time I went was going to be the last time.
Your parents have a timeshare?
Yeah, they used to travel a ton. And so they'd use it in New Zealand one time, and then fucking, California, or what, they used to travel all over the fucking place. So they use this timeshare thing, and then they trade it off. And I'm telling you, I went with them to fucking New Zealand, and the timeshare was fucking incredible. And at the place, they had a fucking bus that took you up the mountain so you could ski or snowboard up into the snow. It was fucking fantastic. That was the best vacation ever.
So your folks are in that extremely rare group that doesn't regret the timeshare?
Yeah, no, because theirs was keep in mind, my dad worked for Pan Am before they went under. Worked for them for a long, long time, and got to travel for free. So like got to fly places. If there's an open seat, he could go. So we just fucking go travel wherever, whenever for free, and then had a timeshare, to spread around. It was fantastic. That was the good old days. Sweet. That New Zealand vacation was like one of my fondest memories of life. I was like, I want to say I was 16 or 17, probably 17. And I did like, me and my dad did bungee jumping, bungee rocket. I did snowboarding and fucking it was just a absolutely wild vacation that I'll never get to recreate.
Yeah.
But it would be fantastic.
You think about going back there?
It's too expensive. It's just too expensive. Flying anywhere overseas like that is like thousands of dollars. And then you do it with like a whole family, and then the amenities when you get there and everything. It's just way too much money. You think Disneyland is bad? Wait until you spend fucking like $22,000 taking a family of 5 to fucking New Zealand for a few days. Fuck that.
Yeah.
Well, I did it 40 years ago. I had a one night stand with this one chick, and
40. You mean 41 years ago?
Yeah, it was around there.
It's about 41
mine
years.
slips. And,
how old were you 41 years ago?
Old enough.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Why do I have a feeling like you should be listening to me, boy?
I was banging this broad that was wearing aviators. Oh,
said her name was Mrs. Topus.
All right,
Topus Prime. All right, yeah, let's do a break. When we come back, lots more content, so stay tuned, everybody.
All right, we are back for the third and final hour of the Tejas Big 40.
Big 40. Yeah, it is my actual fucking birthday today.
Big 40. Son of a bitch.
Nah, I made it. I made it, guys.
It's so lame. He chose to spend it with us.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it is what it is. Anyway, so Streamlabs is still open. We will, if they don't automatically play, we'll continually check on it. I'm sure that the next one will work just fine. So be sure to test it out. In the meantime, more fucking content. It's what you wanted. It's what we're providing.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic
Jesus Christ.
for which it stands. One nation
Would
under
nobody
God,
call this virtue
indivisible,
signaling?
Yeah, for real.
Liberty and justice for all.
By the way, that flag doesn't have any maple leaves on it. All right.
I was hoping at the end of this he would do one of those. Oh, hey, didn't see you guys there. And then start like his whole spiel.
And then it turns into a RoboCop commercial.
Yeah. He's like, this is not virtually signaling. I do not know what you guys are talking about. By the way, do you know what the gold trim on a flag signifies?
Mm-mm.
It's military. It's
God.
you strictly in like this is strictly military and it has the gold fringe on it.
The farthest thing from Ted Cruz, in other words. Yeah, you sometimes you hear the what do you call those guys? Those I can't remember the name. Those guys are always resisting the cops.
Antifa?
No. The ones that are like you can't stop my movement, my free movement.
Sovereign citizens.
Sovereign citizens. Yeah, they're the ones that always say that the flag with the yellow means, that's the illegitimate New World Order flag or some bullshit. I don't remember what it is, but yeah, they think it has some kind of significance.
Yeah. He was born in fucking Canada, right?
Yeah,
so, he can be American. He's just not American freaking born. And there's a thing because his dad had dual citizenship or something.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember what the shtick was that came up in the 2016 race because Trump bashed him for it. Like you couldn't even be
right before, and then he called his wife ugly, called his dad an assassin, and called Ted Cruz an idiot right before Ted Cruz turned around and suck that orange fucking dick.
Yeah,
it's so pathetic.
It's such a weird thing because like this sort of shit right here is just I guess how I think you guys have to be kind of in the same boat. This is just how I see politicians. Like, dude, it's like everything is for the party, for the for the cameras.
But I mean,
the whole thing is like a
Cruz is like a special example. He's been like one of the only votes against a lot of shit that has been, shit where there's only a handful of people that vote against it. He's always fucking one of them. It's like he's more of like an obstructionist to the Democrats in power than anything. And it's I've seen people like I give Mitt Romney more credit because at least he's willing to hold his own fucking party accountable and shit like that. I give him more credit than Ted Cruz any day of the fucking week. But yeah, Ted Cruz is like an embarrassment, and like everything he does is an embarrassment. The fucking photo op on the border, and he just gets dragged on Twitter. I don't know what he thinks it's like shit posting or something, but like, taking off to Cancun while your constituents are like freezing without fucking power and shit like that. It's really skeevy bullshit, and he's just a Weasley sack of shit with no fucking balls. And he's willing to like fillet the fucking and still serving the guy who's no longer in office that called his fucking wife ugly, his father an assassin, and Ted Cruz himself a fucking moron.
Remember his cringy doctor, like the Cat in the Hat signed copy for $50 scheme that he had going on, and his fucking border photo op where he's in the boat with
like looking tried to get life vests that looked like bulletproof vests. It was like really and in like military colors and shit. It was really.
He's pointing at some bush. He's like, just a minute ago, before the cameras were on, there were cartel guys over there yelling at us. Like, Jesus Christ!
I got hit in the head with a fucking kilo of cocaine.
We were under fire.
It's unbearable.
They were shooting at us with an M17. A3 assault rifle.
If anyone like Stephen James, if you think we're only picking on Ted Cruz, yeah, well, that's what the video is about. But you there's plenty of like fuck the Democrats going on over here. I've just had a fucking conversation with someone that's like, I posted the meme of it's like how Biden stole the election, and like that's the cover of the book, and then the next one the book is open and it just says he got more people to vote for him. And then the last scene is the guy reading the book, like crying. And it's like, I wish I could read. You know what I mean? Like I posted that and someone's like, oh, so you think that the 2016 election was rigged? I was like, no. Hillary sucked at getting people to vote for her, just like Trump sucked after people saw him in quote unquote action for 4 years. He sucked at getting people to vote for me. He got a lot of votes, just not nearly enough. He pissed more people off than he won over.
Yeah, well, but it's also worth a mention that I'm not saying like you guys, but the mainstream Democrats ran for like 3.5 years on that the election was rigged against Trump. I mean, when Trump won, right?
Oh, with the
Russia collusion
shit,
and all the investigations.
Russia probably meddled, but I don't think it had like nearly the effect that they wanted to pretend it had. It might have had like the most minuscule fucking effect, but the people here's the problem. It's not Russia, it's America. Americans are fucking stupid and easily misled. They're not fucking free thinkers, they're fucking like free memers. We're talking about people who are convinced about vaccination things according to Facebook memes. Like they're not of the mindset to be making fucking critical decisions, and they have to be fed the information. It's so easy to feed them misinformation, and they fucking believe it. So yeah, sure. Can Russia utilize that? Sure. But is it really Russia that's the problem, or is it dumb fuck gullible ass Americans who will eat anything up with the fucking spoon? And that goes again for both sides. Anyone who thinks that Biden is the savior or some shit,
right? Well, and that's what I'm pointing out for the other side, because they did eat that up for 3.5 fucking years. Just like the Trumpers now are going to eat up the, Trump is actually the real president, and
all the same fuck your feelings people for the last fucking 4 years are now way up in their feelings.
And the other thing that I would say is different in 2020. In that election was also the fact that they literally changed the rules where you had to leave the house to vote. Now, obviously, that is going to make a huge impact. Like, Trump gets was like 74 million, and Biden got 80 what million?
He won by almost 4 million.
I thought it was more than that. I thought he won by more than that.
Or maybe it was almost 5.
I thought he passed 80 million.
Oh, he did.
Like 81 million or something.
Well,
it's something like that. It's like, but dude, they like, you literally changed the rules where people don't have to leave the fucking house. Now, obviously, the vote totals are going to come out to be something, historic,
higher,
right? Because there's no fucking way 81 million people were going out enthusiastically to vote for Joe Biden. It's just not happening.
But Trump shot himself in the foot by telling people,
not to mail in vote. Dude, absolutely. But even with that 74 million, some of those. Now, it's probably a very small fraction comparatively, but some of those were mail-in votes for Trump. Some of them.
Yeah.
But, dude, 81 million people voting for Joe Biden. I don't think you can really just chalk that up to just being like people were done with Trump. I think a lot of that is just like, a lot of those people were, but it's really just because of the fact that all they had to do was fill out a fucking form and mail it in.
Yeah, but it's just as easy to fill out a form and vote for Trump than it is to fill out a form and vote for Biden. The reason people like... If you don't, I don't see the fucking major problem with mail-in voting at all in the first place. But Trump went from shitting on mail-in voting to then being like, and all these mail-in votes were for Biden, all of them. Like, yeah, you literally told your people to go out early to vote in person to do all these things, and they follow him like, like lapdogs. So they did exactly what he fucking asked. And then of course, all the other votes are going to be fucking like the mail-in votes are going to be for the other side. While it might not take as much effort. I'm sorry. I apologize, man. I have to get this shit out of my system.
40 really hit this dude hard.
No, I don't know if you can hear it in my voice. Today is like I've felt the best I have in like 5-6 days. I have been really under the weather, but I don't know if you can hear it in my voice, but I can, after I hack and that I have to get that shit like out of, I cannot like swallow that. That's like fucking blowing your nose and trying to stuff the boogers back in there. Fuck that. Yeah. Or taking a shit and trying to shove the turd back up your ass. That ain't happening. That's not how it works. It's getting expelled from my body. I apologize. You have to listen to it. But yeah, so it may like take less effort. I'm so impressed with myself that I kept my train of thought here. It takes less effort to vote from home or whatever, but that doesn't mean that the vote doesn't like counts less. And to me, the idea that like sure would there have been as many voters like for Biden? Probably, almost definitely not. Would it have been such a decrease that Trump would have easily like won? I'm not so sure about that.
Yeah, no, I'm not saying necessarily easily. I'm just saying this is the first election where they literally changed the rules.
I can tell you that myself and most of the people I know that mail-in voted would have gone and voted anyway. And I didn't even vote for the presidential, like, I did this time. I did this time, but that was just like a personal vendetta thing. It was not a real support of anyone. What's funny? Like literally just to cancel out someone else's vote.
What's funny is literally every vote I think I've ever cast. By the way, go ahead.
What's funny is that he said that the last election was rigged too because he lost the popular vote by 3 million votes. So he said that there was at least 3 million fraudulent votes and had an investigation into that found nothing, and that just quietly went away.
Yeah.
So I mean, he pulled this shit before.
Pulls it out of his ass. His fucking little blog is going under. He doesn't like it's all ridiculous. The next thing you know, it'll be Trump has his new like VR game where you can sit here and like, play golf with him or some stupid shit, because all he cares about is like is milking as much of fucking money from these plebs as he possibly can. I have no doubt that he will claim he's going to run in 2024 in order to procure funds.
Yeah.
And that even if he has no intention, he'll check the poll and he'll see, and then he'll be like, he'll use some shit. Mark my words right now. He'll use some shit like it's too corrupt and rigged for me to even bother. I can't win in this rigged, system. So I'm not, and he'll just keep the money.
See, I guess I never really saw it for him as, I mean, the money I think would be part of it, but I think for his thing is just more to say that he did it. I kind of always saw that to be more of his thing, to be like, I have the highest office in the land. I always thought that like the glory aspect of it was more of a.
Oh yeah, well, all he really cares. So he really enjoys having people like
that. That's probably the best way to put it. Yeah, just like the people like loving him.
Yeah, that's why he kept doing rallies after he fucking won. It's like the weirdest fucking shit that doesn't like really happen. Like that's just anyway, but
it's like he never stops campaigning.
Exactly, and that makes it even more so. And we've gone over this before as well. An over the top enthusiastic vote for Trump from some dude who's got like 15 Trump flags on his pickup truck counts exactly the same as a vote for Biden from somebody who just is like, nah, fuck it, whatever. As he never gave $1 to the Biden campaign or anything, but this other person is like paid money to go to fucking Trump rallies. Your enthusiastic vote it's very enthusiastic. Congratulations. It's just not how votes work. It's like me enthusiastically paying $1 for something versus like just kind of handing $1 over. It's worth exactly the fucking same.
Yeah.
So I think a lot of them just can't get that through their heads. They're like, but we were so enthused. We had boat parades, bro. How could we lose when we had boat parades? Like they just can't wrap their head around the fact that there are just more people that say, nah, fuck that. It has to be rigged. We can't have lost in a fair election. We would win every fucking time. Like that mentality.
What they do know, though, is how hated he was by other people because they would make fun of them.
Yeah. Be like,
So
dude, if you don't like Trump, fuck your feelings.
Yeah. They should put 2 and 2 together.
No, that's asking way too much.
Yeah.
2 and 2.
All right, let's try this one.
Everybody keeps saying Trump has a plan. He has a plan. When he lost the election, they said he has a plan. He's still going to
Trump
say that.
didn't lose the election, sir.
But he did.
Trump did not lose the election, and that's where we differ.
Right.
And that's where I believe the information that Mike Lindell has put out,
The pillow guy.
of all of the abuse, corruption, stealing.
So you trust a man? You trust a man more who sells pillows than the Republican officials in Georgia?
Oh, absolutely.
But you realize that sounds
Let me
crazy.
just tell you that the
Yeah. That's how fucked. That's
Look,
how fucked some people are.
You can trust what I'm saying. I just came from a demon expelling little thing they had next door. I writhed on the around on the ground and screamed like a child. So you can trust what I'm saying here. It was stolen, guy.
The pillow salesman. Why do people believe everything the pillow salesman says?
Oh, well, because he's telling them what they want to hear.
Yeah.
Just like the QAnon shit. Like, Trump's going to be back in office by, June, July, August.
I just wanted to ask something real quick in the chat to Stephen James. We talked about like inflation earlier, like in the first hour, but now he said it again. Not with 5% inflation. It's worth 95 cents right now. You idiot, TJ. Look at the inflation reports. Yeah, it's just because I know you're more of like a Trump guy, right? And I've seen this a lot with a lot of conservatives, which I understand like some of the points that they're making. Like I'm probably the least in favor of Biden of anybody here, and these two guys really aren't that much in favor of Biden like at all. But like you can't ignore. This is something I was pointing out last year. You can't ignore the insane spending that was happening under Trump. That's one of the things I talked to. I asked conservatives, like even in my family and stuff. Like, we'll always talk about, like they were talking about spending under Biden, under Obama, and I'm like, yeah, you're absolutely right. And I'm like, dude, the spending's fucking crazy. It's just the spending just constantly goes up and up and up. And Biden is going forward to spend even more than fucking Trump with some of the budgets he's putting out. But you still can't deny that Trump spent way more than everybody else before him.
Yeah.
And like all that spending that happened in 2020 was under Trump's watch. He supported all of it. In fact, he wanted more.
Yeah.
So like
he was trying to push harder.
So it's like how do you
fact,
square that circle with the inflation and all that? Like he supported like if you want to say like I did, like the lockdowns weren't a good idea from the beginning. Trump didn't think that. Trump was pro lockdown in the beginning.
Dude,
So
Trump wanted more money for the wall. He wanted more money for the stimulus checks at one point. He wanted more. He cut the budget by reducing taxes. Like you can't do all those things and expect nothing to happen. And Stephen, if you would like me to explain it to you, you idiot, said with love. I know you said it to me with love. He called me an idiot. This is all fair in love and war here. But okay. My point was that $1 is worth the same whether you do it like very enthusiastically pay for something or reluctantly hand it over. $1 is worth the same. Now, let me put it in terms you might understand. 95 cents handed over enthusiastically is worth exactly the same as 95 cents handed over reluctantly. My point was about voting. An enthusiastic vote is like an enthusiastic spending of $1. It counts the same as a reluctant vote or a reluctantly spent dollar. It counts the same. It's got the same value. It's equal to other things that are similar. Your vote is equal to other people's, vote. Your dollar is equal to other people's dollar. Because you're enthusiastic about your dollar doesn't give it more value than the guy standing next to you that's got $1. It's both the fucking same. That was my point, sir. I mean, idiot. I mean, buddy. No, seriously, I love you. This like
The
I
reason
don't have to agree with everybody here.
Yeah, well, I mean, of course, it's just my thing is like I'm trying. I guess I'm still looking for like the good answer from conservatives of like how are you overlooking this glaring fucking like it's like everything that conservatives were bitching about for 8 years under Obama. Then Trump comes in, and like I can understand like because I voted for Trump in 2016 because it's like. At least you got a shot there. At least some of the rhetoric's good. This guy doesn't actually have a record I can look at where he's been full of shit. But it's like
you
so
made the
at least
mistake
maybe
of believing the promises made.
Well, no, but it's like okay, there's that again. Just like you saying you voted for Biden over Trump, it's just like, dude, I know what Hillary Clinton's gonna do. So
When
I
literally, I have to make sure this is clear. It was for an extremely personal vendetta, not I'm trying to cancel out just any other guy's vote. A very specific person that I literally normally don't vote in. I didn't vote for. I voted for Obama the first time. I didn't vote for him the second time. I didn't vote for anybody, and then I didn't vote for anybody in the fucking Hillary Trump election. Right. And then I would have just not voted for anybody in the Trump fucking Biden election.
Sure,
but one very specific person that was like so cocksure of himself, and such a blowhard section. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna take the time to fill in that one extra bubble because I usually just do vote local. Yeah, I was like, I'm gonna take the time to fill in that one extra bubble just so your fucking super excited vote that you cannot wait to cast. I'm just gonna cancel that out.
Right,
just
but,
yours.
What I'm just real quick. What I'm saying about that though is just like with your dollar analogy. The dollar's still worth the dollar, is what I'm saying. It's the same thing that I've tried to explain to people. Is like if I vote for Trump over Hillary Clinton, it's not because I absolutely fucking love Donald Trump. It's because like I know what we're gonna get out of Hillary Clinton, and I don't want it.
I don't blame you one bit.
So that's why I'm just like dude, this could go south, but it's like dude, this like Trump running in 2016 is like this is the closest thing like a third party guy has ever got to a major ticket win. So it's like
I guess the clarification, the detail is that it's one thing to have voted for Trump in 2016 before you knew what you just kind of saw like the brash, don't give a fuck, whatever. And you maybe he shakes things up, blah, blah, blah. I got more respect for that by a fucking mile than I do the people who, after 4 years of seeing what Trump is about, are like super enthusiastic to vote for him again. Yeah. And also Hillary was incredibly like hard to be excited about. Biden too. The Democratic Party probably, if Trump wasn't such shit, they probably came real close to fucking like doing it again.
What they didn't get about what they knew about Hillary, they didn't apply to Trump. Like when Hillary said basket of deplorables, and and that like they got mad about that, and they took that on as a moniker, and it's same thing with like Romney's 47%, which wasn't even supposed to be public, but and then Hillary went public with the insult, and it's like, oh, she's alienating a huge part of the electorate. Well, then Trump comes along and spent 4 fucking years alienating huge parts of the electorate, and they cheered it
and
on,
his own party.
Yeah, and they didn't fucking understand. Even they should have known this, being part of it from Hillary. They should have fucking known that this was a bad idea. And Biden, as much as he wasn't liked by a great many people, was at least saying, let's forgive and forget and unite and, and all that kind of rhetoric, where he was trying to be careful not to insult people.
Yeah, Biden got a lot of people that voted for Trump the first time to like kind of and didn't get what they wanted. Like not a huge number, but enough that like it should. I'm sure it put some fear into.
I don't know. I don't think so, because Trump got even more votes the second time than he did the first time. Just like Biden got the 81 million or whatever. I think the fact is if they let people vote from home. Like you said before, if you have like you've said before about like people that are left leaning or whatever, when more people vote, it tends to help Democrats.
Yeah.
Well, then that's what you get. You let people vote in for fucking home, then that's what's going to happen, right?
What's the problem? My question is, if more people voting a problem, or is that a better representation of the fucking country?
Well, I think voting in democracy is dog shit anyways. I'm just saying,
Well,
as far as like, if you
I'm playing within the rules. Within the fucking rules.
But I'm saying
the rules are we fucking win elections by a democratic vote, and that
the electoral college, but
whatever. You're absolutely right, but you get the point. And that if you can within these rules, if more people vote, Democrats tend to do better. But if more people voting is like a threat to your party, then you're just not popular enough. I guess. But that's the problem.
But that's kind of like a side point to what I'm saying. I'm saying like the fact that the rules were changed for this. I think if this would have been
the
like,
rules weren't necessarily changed. Like they were were they different? Absolutely.
That means changed.
Was there no fucking mail-in voting at all before this?
Nothing close. Nothing close.
Sure,
to what
nothing
they did
close. It was an extension. Look, I think we should be able to fucking vote online. I could pay my taxes. I could do my taxes online. I could check my bank account online. I can do all this shit. I should be able to fucking vote online at this point. But it will never fucking happen as long as people don't even trust fucking like paper fucking ballots. They don't trust anything, and it'll never fucking turn like full digital as long as there's like this mistrust in it. So say goodbye to that. But if it's got to be fucking paper, then I'm fine with mailing it in. I don't know anyone that should have a huge problem with people being able to mail in a ballot, as long as there's fucking restrictions. By the way, I had to check to make sure my mail-in ballot was accepted, because like if the signatures doesn't match, or if like anything is wrong in the way you fucking do it, they'll reject it. And you have to call to make sure that yours was accepted. And if it was rejected, you have to request a replacement that you can fucking fill out and then send, and then they'll check it again. But what's really ironic is that there's been a number of cases where there was voter fraud, and it's almost always in favor of Trump. There was a dude that voted for Trump with his for his dead mother. In fact, I think he was arrested because he didn't report that she had died because it was close to the election, and he wanted to vote in her, for Trump, an extra vote for Trump. Like weird shit like that. There was not trust me, they went with there's fraud shit, and they fucking chased it down all over the place and got zero.
They didn't get zero. Well, they didn't get zero, but they didn't get enough to sway the election, which was seemingly obvious from the get-go. Because it's like, dude, you're talking about it.
They had states that they recounted, and there ended up being more votes for Biden.
Yeah, I'm saying, but they every election cycle they do find counts of voter fraud, like you just mentioned. Whether it goes for Trump or not, I'm trying to remember the case that was in California where it was
not to the It's like 0.0001%.
That's what I'm saying.
Less voter fraud than fucking vaccine death.
Yeah, I'm saying not enough to sway the election or whatever. I'm saying if you talk about going that route going forward or whatever, if you have some kind of tried and true tested method or whatever, I still don't even know, because I mean just me personally, I think that whole thing is retarded. That whole thing is ridiculous. But I understand, even if you're working in the confines of the system, as long as it's people that are able to demonstrate that they actually have grounds to vote, then I'm not necessarily against the idea of people being able to vote from home either. I'm just if you're going to change this shit, right, and especially for the reasons that they did. It's we're going to change it because of COVID, that people can't go to a poll, go to their local spot and vote. You have to be a
registered voter in order to mail from home. So you already have to go through that process,
which is almost automatic if you have an ID. At least it is here.
Sure, exactly. But everyone wants these voter ID laws. Well, there it is. You fucking can't even register without the ID. So if you're registered, you have the fucking ID in the first place. And then after you're registered, you get sent a sample ballot, and then a regular ballot. And you have to fucking perfectly do everything and then send it back in. And then they check it. And then they fucking double check it. You know what I mean? It's they're already going through quite a fucking lot of jumping over a lot of hurdles and through a lot of hoops to make this shit happen. It being at a massive, a larger scale than before is probably, I guess, a bit intimidating or unbelievable to some people. But Trump knew that the mail-in ballots were not going to fucking favor his ass, and that his lead from 10 o'clock that night or whatever was not going to fucking hold up. throughout the fucking next day.
Yeah,
but he's ready with his excuse.
To get on
TV. And that's like, I'm not disagreeing with any of that. All I'm saying is like, it didn't just go from some mail-in voting to like a little bit more. It was like significantly more. And I like, what was the whole?
See it as a problem.
What like was the whole thing like set up for it? I'm just saying the fact that the guy got that many votes and they changed the rules in the election cycle.
He did everything he could to fuck with it too. Fucked with the post office, fucked with everything, trying to fucking make it so that they couldn't like do it. He really obstructed the vote more than anybody. He fucking defrauded the voters more than fucking anybody, trying to fight against letting people fucking vote from home.
Yeah, that's the great irony of the whole thing.
Anyway, all right, let's move on.
Cernian wants some uplifting content. I'm not sure that we have any, sir.
I
didn't get an ID to get a beer. I got an ID to fucking when I like to drive. It's my driver's license. That's why I have an ID. And you know, I might be young and good looking here on cam, even
40.
though I'm using no filters. 40's the new
21,
something younger than 40. But trust me, I rarely get carded anymore. I've got enough like little grays going on, like occasional white hairs and a beard and shit. I don't use any kind of products or anything like that whatsoever. You'll see me gray naturally because I'm just not that like just for men type. That's more of a dark matter move. Not the hair product, but the just for men part. But yeah, I don't know. It's fuck it. Next
content.
July 2020, Nicole Harper was driving home on the I-67 and is alleged to have been clocked for speeding by Senior Corporal Rodney Dunn, who claims that she fled. But in the video, we see an obvious decrease in speed as Harper pulls into the right lane and activates her turn signal. She claims it was to indicate she was going to exit the interstate, as the area had a reduced shoulder, regardless of Harper's actions, and indications that she would stop. Corporal Dunn initiates a pit maneuver.
Yeah, that's one of those little tiny shoulders. It don't even look like that whole car can even fit on the shoulder with the
That's
door
what
open.
I'm saying. So, and it's literally, she explained it as like, I didn't want to, I thought it was unsafe to pull over in this spot for you.
Yeah.
I thought it was unsafe. So like, and if you look in the Arkansas, if you look in the Arkansas driver's fucking handbook, it tells you if you're being pulled over by law enforcement, there's not enough room, proceed to a safe fucking spot. If it's on the highway and there's not enough shoulder or there's no shoulder, then you go up to the next exit. Anyways, she's indicated and she's got her fucking, she's not speeding at this point. What's he gonna do? Oh, she's a big threat to everybody. Got to pit maneuver. And she just rolled her vehicle several times. And she's pregnant, by the way.
Yeah, she loses the baby.
All of that over what was the cause again?
It was 84 in a 70, and she was
at night on a road that's mostly open.
Yeah, and she had slowed to 60 when all this happened, and like had her. By the way, all of this happened within, what was it, Dark Matter? I think it was 2 minutes.
Something like that, yeah.
It was like under 2 minutes from the time she passed to the time he pit maneuvered. And watch as she passes, she doesn't realize it's a cop. All right, as she passes here, she's like, and then he turns on his lights, and she immediately slows down, starts to pull over, turns her blinker on. Hope maybe he's not pulling me over. Nope, fuck me, it's me. Turns her fucking hazards on.
And you can tell by the way he approaches the car that he was not.
She's not like swerving around. She's not a danger to any other traffic.
Like
there's no fucking threat here.
Right.
He just wanted to feel like a fucking cowboy. You're only putting people in danger by doing this.
Right.
And with those walls on both sides, you can't do a pit maneuver without an accident. And a chance of a rollover on an SUV is extremely high. I'm not a cop. I know this. Like, how does, and then without a care in the world, if you're listening to the audio at this part, he's like, oh, call BMS.
Did you see the way he walks to the car?
Yeah, and this video doesn't show it, but I want to say I've seen the other video where he actually walks up to the car.
Yeah, he just casually strolls up to it. He doesn't.
Why'd you pull over?
Stupid fuck.
I've actually had people seen people defending this shit.
Yeah, me too.
I'm like, you fucking, like, how hard do you need to lick that fucking boot?
So anyway, I start licking.
Yeah, dude, that's my favorite fucking meme. Or like, I reply to that, a lot of people with that, especially like these, like, you know, they're like all about freedom and accountability until it's somebody that they kind of support, and then they don't want to do it.
You know, the last 2 times I got pulled over, I just got a warning, and I think has something to do with the way I pull over, because I pull way off the shoulder so the cop has plenty of room. And
yeah, I mean, if you can, that's fucking hunky dory. I am usually really respectful to cops, even though I've had my own bad experiences where I was respectful and it still didn't, like, I got treated like absolute fucking garbage.
Yeah.
When I had done absolutely nothing wrong, and then got treated like I was an inconvenience to them after they fucking, like, you know, like patted me down and fucking had me sitting down the ground with my legs crossed and, like, you know, hands on top of the head, all that shit. And then they treated me like I was the dumbass when they found, like, when I was correct. Anyway, I still am very, like, you know, I'm respectful to cops. And if I fucked up, I know I fucked up, and I'm not going to, like, fight it. And if they're cool enough to, like, let me off with a warning, that's great. I haven't gotten a lot of warnings. I had quite a bit. Basically what I've done is I've learned to, like, not drive in the ticketable range unless a cop really has a hard on for you.
There's so many more intelligent ways to deal with situations like that. I mean, I think there needs to be some kind of paradigm shift about how we think about law enforcement in this country, where we escalate things to be physical when they never need to be.
I got pulled over in my own neighborhood because I started to pull into my driveway, and then I decided to go check my mail, but I had already unclicked my seatbelt. I always wear my seatbelt. Like, I feel like I'm not connected to the car if I'm not fucking wearing that damn thing. I feel like I'm rolling around in the seat. So anyway, I'd unclicked my seatbelt, and then as I'm going down to my mailbox, which is like less than an eighth of a mile away, there was a cop sitting there, and, like, as soon as I passed him, he fucking got behind me. And so immediately I fucking grabbed my seatbelt and clicked that bitch in. And by the time I stopped right in front of the mailbox. It was that fucking close from where he pulled me over. And he's like, "Oh, you got your seatbelt on now?" And I was like, I just didn't say anything. I'm not going to, you know, make myself guilty. He's like, "It's cool. I'm not going to give you a ticket for it. Just give me your license. I'll run you real quick." And I was like, that's all he wanted to do. He, like, thought I looked like somebody that needed to have their fucking license run. And I told him, I was like, I'm literally coming from the grocery store and I got ice cream in here. So if you could run this, like, fast, because I know I'm good. So if you could just do that fast, that would be great. And he was like, "Oh, you're good. Have a good one." I was like, "Thank." And not only that, I was like, "By the way, while you're running it, can I check my mail?" It's like, can I get out of the car and just go check the box? He's like, "Yeah, go ahead." He was super cool, and it was great. I wish every experience was like that, but it's never going to be like that. You're always going to get the douchebag that got picked on in high school.
Yesterday, I got sucked into this rabbit hole of watching a lawyer, analyze the cop interactions, caught on dash cams and stuff. And he was, like, grading the cops and stuff. And this one lady had a dash cam, it points out toward the road, but there's another camera that also points at the cabin. And the cop pulls her over, and she takes off her seatbelt to go to the glove box to get her stuff ready. And then the cop comes up, and then she realizes what she did. And she's like, "Oh, I was wearing my seatbelt. I just took it off to get my stuff." And he's like, "No, that's why I pulled you over." And she's like, I got a dash cam that shows me wearing my seatbelt. And then he changed it. It's like, oh, well, the tags on this, I got, he says there's a problem with them. It was a dealer car because her husband owns a dealership and she was test driving it. So he tried to come up with something else.
I've seen that video.
Yeah. And it all fell through. So he let her go. Like, just straight up lying.
At the same time, those fucking dealer tags, like, they're not meant to be used for like daily driving and shit like that. So kind of fuck them for that, because they're meant for straight transport or test drives. They're not meant for like, oh, I got a new BMW at my dealership, so I'm gonna let my wife drive it for a few weeks. Like, that's not what it's meant for, but a lot of people use it that way. At the same time, fuck cops for trying to like lie their way through shit. I've seen the ones where the cop is like pulled you over for an expired tag, and they're like, it's not expired. He's like, oh, your brake light's out. They're like, no, it's not.
I got pulled over.
And he's like, give me. And then he's like, can I see your license? They're like, no. What have I done wrong? And he's like, have a good day.
I got pulled over for that. I got pulled over for having my headlight out. The
were you playing your fucking tape deck
in your Lotus?
No, it was my van. It was the driver's side headlight. The cop said it was out, and he went back to check my license and everything, and I just got out to go check it. And it was on. It was,
but it wasn't on when I pulled you over, sir. That's all it takes. It doesn't matter. I've got friends that are cops. The way that they word things and the way that they can get out of shit is very, very, slippery. And they'll say shit like, why don't you step out of the vehicle? And that's not a fucking like necessarily a lawful command or like, it's a, why don't you step out of the vehicle? That's what I asked them. And then they just stepped out on their own accord. You know what I mean? Like shit like that. The way they word shit is purposely done that way.
Audit the audit. Yeah, that's right. That's right, Truth. I believe that is what that channel is called. Audit the audit, right?
Yeah, but a lot of those guys are the same fucking sovereign citizen types that we like to fucking pick on too.
Oh, really?
Like, look, the First Amendment auditors, if they do it right, it's fan-fucking-tastic. You should be able to hold the fucking public servants accountable. Absolutely. They should not be able to fucking like shut off your phone from recording them or any of that shit. And you shouldn't be suspect just for wanting to keep them fucking like accountable for their actions. However, a lot of them blend into the same like sovereign citizen. It's my right to I'm not driving, I am traveling. That type.
Yeah, that's stupid.
Where it gets into like all these rules don't apply.
Yeah,
to me. Like they apply to everybody else, but they don't apply to me.
Actual constitutional auditors are embarrassed the same way we're all embarrassed by the fringe fucking like sovereign citizen types.
Yeah, they're kind of like they're considered like a close group to like the ANCAPs and stuff. But like even most of the ANCAPs are like, dude, like while we disagree with all these fucking rules and the retarded laws, it's like you don't just get to pretend like the rules are like applying to you.
Yeah,
like they apply to everybody else, but they don't apply to me because I know this.
Because I don't
shit that I just because I don't believe in them. It's like, well, dude, if that worked, then all of us would just say like, well, yeah, we don't believe in them.
They actually go to court with that shit. It's great.
There was one interesting video where there was a cop driving through on a road through a tribal area, of a Native American tribal area, and they have their own police, and they pulled the cop over and impounded his car. Everything.
Nice,
dude. So, that's fantastic. What was the one that I was thinking of? Find the video of the lawyers. The shut the fuck up.
Oh yeah,
those guys are fucking fantastic. That's my best advice. If you're gonna like be arrested or whatever, shut the fuck up. You have a right to remain silent. Use it. No, there's no case of anyone defending themselves after being handcuffed to the point, or after being arrested, where the cop was like, "Oh, you know what? That's a good point. You're free to go."
These guys?
Yes.
Mark and Craig, Pop Brothers at Law. We've been warning people, if you are working for an unlicensed dispensary, an illegal dispensary, and it gets raided, you need to shut the fuck up. If you shut the fuck up, you have a good chance that we can make the case go away. Case in point, 3 employees of an illegal shop were busted during a raid. 2 of them said, "Oh, I'm just volunteering here." The third guy shut the fuck up, and the DA did not prosecute the guy who shut the fuck up. They can't prove what you were doing there. If you're a customer, a patient, walked in to go to the bathroom, they don't know. You got to shut the fuck up, and it's Shut the Fuck Up Friday, so review the script. What do you say when the cop first pulls you over?
Why'd you pull me over?
And when he keeps asking questions?
Not discussing my day.
And they ask more questions?
Am I being detained or am I free to go?
And if detained, what do you say?
I invoke the 5th.
And then what do? You
shut the fuck up.
Shut the fuck up Friday. Never answer questions when the cops ask.
Have safe holidays.
Yo, best fucking lawyers ever.
Yeah,
I want these guys on my case.
Where is this commercial?
Wait. I take that back. I don't want a case.
Yeah.
But if I did, I'd want these motherfuckers.
Does the Goodfellas lawyers.
Yeah, dude.
But
the guy just back there fucking puffing that stogie.
But dude, like all of it, I was watching these videos recently of like how it's like people, once they get arrested, whether they are wrongfully accused or not, and it was kind of like, it's like how you can tell. And even the people that go in or get arrested for like murder and stuff, how you can tell someone who's like legitimately a sociopath and a killer versus someone who's trying to fake like they're crazy. And it was the Parkland shooter. One of them, it was like how he acts when he like looks up at the camera, starts acting all fucking crazy. Dude, literally everything about that, everything about how it's set up, the guy that comes in to talk to you and everything is all about just establishing in the long run. They know there's going to be this big long case that goes out over this.
Yeah.
How to establish exactly how your mind is working at the time.
Yeah.
And obviously for the Parkland shooter, I'm glad they use these techniques. I'm saying, but if they want to be shitty, they can use those same techniques against somebody that's, like fucking hasn't done anything.
And if you know that you're guilty, like the fucking Parkland shooter, though, like you just, unless you're really crazy, you just fucking ask for a lawyer.
And what I was watching a professor of law talk about that rule about shutting the fuck up. He played that clip for the class. Same guys, and he was talking about cases where the cops used the info that people gave them, when they should have shut the fuck up, and it turned into a disaster for them in court. Because like he would say, this guy got murdered, and they would say, nobody liked that guy. I didn't like that guy, but I didn't do this and that and this and that. And they take it all out of context in the courtroom and say,
he said he didn't like him.
He said he didn't like him, and that's the only thing they say about that.
Yeah. Dude, because it's literally in your Miranda rights. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you in a court of law. Mm-hmm. You have a right to an attorney. If you cannot afford an attorney, one will be provided to you.
Yeah, with the Parkland guy, it was cool to watch because it was just the guy that goes in there and talks to him, but every little thing from like, would you like a water? Like, I'm about to get me a water, he's trying to like make it seem like, trying to calm the guy down, doing a little bit of like the good cop stuff, but he's just like, it's kind of hot in here or whatever. It's like, you want a water? And even just something as tiny as the guy just being like, yeah, water sounds good. They can use that to establish the mental state of like whenever you first got in. Because if you're off in a fucking trance or whatever, you're not thinking like, hey, I would like a water. It's kind of hot in here. It's like all these little things that they like.
It's the same way as, like I said, as the way they word things. Like, why don't you step out of the vehicle? Like the way they word things is to keep, like, it's all for their own advantage. They've learned from their mistakes. Oh shit, we didn't word it right. We didn't get the fucking charge, or the prosecution, didn't want to take the case because of the way that or we lost the trial because of this. So they learn from that and they fucking change the way they do shit. So they get the maximum, like they don't go around arresting people. Like when a cop arrests somebody, most cops assume the people they arrest are guilty. They're not like, look, man, I think you're innocent, but it's my job to fucking no. They think you're fucking guilty, and that's why they arrest you and take your ass in. And I'm pretty sure that cops think that like 99.9% of the people they arrest are guilty. You know, that they're not arresting innocent people. So when you have that mentality that everyone I arrest is guilty, it makes it really tough for the people that are actually fucking innocent. Really tough. Anyway, look, I want to squeeze in a last nerve before we end this. It's always fun to Drew, I didn't know you were a cab, but you know,
cab.
Yeah, all cops are bad.
Oh, I'm familiar with the.
it's a joke.
No, I'm familiar with the ACAB. All communists are bastards. But I know it goes both ways. People use it for cops too.
No, it's a joke. Not all cops are bad. If you want to, should there be more like good cops that call out bad cops, and it not be like an infringement on their like brotherhood and shit like that? Absolutely. The massive changes. Overhauls and less stresses on their budgets and their personnel and the type of shit that they're subjected to. I'm in favor of all that. I think a cop's job could be a lot fucking easier in America if we just like focused on some other shit. Anyway, let's move on with the last nerve.
You are filming me without my permission. Yeah.
All right, wait. So this opened with you're filming me without my permission, right?
Yeah, and they're out in public.
Can you guess what this guy's going to end up doing before the end of the video?
Filming them.
Yeah. The hypocrisy cannot it just can't. Dude, I'm telling you, I don't know what is going on
TJ.
here. Yeah, for real. Like, boom, what are you going to do now, bitch?
He's not a gentleman.
He's not a gentleman.
It's too late, dude. You were already on camera.
That's the thing. They're both on camera. Like, it's not how video works, you idiot.
What is this over? Why is he...
I have no idea.
Correct.
It's in Florida. That's all I know. Look at those bangs.
Correct.
He's touching the phone.
Yeah.
Okay, now he's hitting me. He's hitting me.
Now he's hitting me.
He's assaulting a woman.
He's assaulting me. We're taking pictures of
He
him now.
assaulted a woman. She just keeps fucking attacking him, and he's like, she's hitting me.
This man attacked my hand with his face.
Officer, he's hitting me.
She continuously touches him. He's backing away, and she is charging at him.
Yeah.
He has not stopped fucking chasing him down and touching his shit.
He's slapping me. So I have my hand.
I love how the watermark Karen Go Burr.
Since we're giving credit to the original posters, everybody check out at Karen Go Burr.
I don't think I could. I don't think I'd be able to take that.
Some of these people have patience that is unbelievable.
She is there, and look, he's filming now.
Because he's photographed.
Yeah, but it's just the fact that he's walking away and they're constantly getting close and just like pushing on the fucking foot.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. And look at this dude shake. Look at him shake. Jesus Christ,
Don't touch me,
bro.
dude. I'm not touching you.
Look at him shake. You want this guy with a fucking pistol on him in this situation? Fuck, dude. I don't feel safer when guys like this have a gun.
I would want him to have a pistol because he'd shoot everyone around me except me.
Fucking Michael J. Fox here.
Dude, are we really not going to see what calls on this?
I think you can hear what she's saying on the phone at some points, but we've been talking over it.
Look at this idiot.
All right, let me see if we can catch it here in the beginning. Let me listen to it real quick.
You are filming me without my permission. Yeah. Call 911.
Skycam.
And by the way, the guy filming that's not with the phone. It's with like a big ass camera.
Yeah.
He's not a gentleman.
Oh, thought you were gonna say a drone. He's basically their complaint is that he's got a camera.
Yeah, that's all I heard too.
I don't know. I'm trying to look to see where they're at.
This is another case of if you don't want to be, filmed, then don't be interesting.
Yeah, well, she
hits him multiple times, and then as soon as he bats her hand away, she's like, "And he's hitting me. He's hitting me."
Assaulting a woman.
Assaulting a woman.
Don't touch me.
Jesus Christ.
And hitting an expensive camera. This is not a phone that she's touching. It's expensive camera, and she's chasing him down while she's being quote unquote insulted. What a load of bullshit.
I have a
Fuck
gentleman
these
taking
people.
pictures of us
This
and
is
slapping me.
Don't touch my stuff.
victim fucking complex bullshit. By the way, I can read your palm. It says you're gonna leave a life of fucking misery. All right, that's the show. Thank you guys very much for sticking around and wishing me happy birthday. It means
Happy
a lot
birthday.
to me. You guys are my buddies, and even though the show fell on my fucking 40th, I wouldn't have it any fucking other way. It was a lot of fun.
One more time before we go.
Do not come. Do not come.
I'm gonna come.
You know what? I'm not gonna say that I like Trump or whatever, but if TJ's mother or father, listens to Kamala, then we wouldn't have TJ here right now. If he listened to Trump, then we would have TJ.
Boom.
True.
Solid logic right there. Drew, can you send me that?
Solid logic right there.
Drew, can you send me that clip so I can use it for a Streamlabs in the future? Because I would love to be interrupted with "Do not come."
Yeah, I think Dark Matter, you sent that one, right?
Yeah, I sent it via DMs. You want me, TJ? You want me to send it?
Yeah. Send it to me.
You know what? I already got it. I'm gonna.
Bam.
I'll send it to you on Skype.
Okay, TJ, I'll send you that cum video.
Oh, fuck yeah. It's a happy birthday indeed.
All right. Seriously, thank you guys very much for joining us and me in particular tonight. It was a ton of fun. 40 more years if I start doing things different in my life. But we'll keep it going. Thank you guys for all the Streamlabs. Really appreciate it. Another salute to our supporters. We really love you guys. Dark Matter, thank you for joining us. Drew, excellent show as normal. And we will see you lovely motherfuckers next Tuesday.
Good night.
Later, guys.
Good night.
Bye-bye. We love you. God loves you. He really does. Bye-bye for today. Bye-bye. 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 Bye-bye for today.
Bye-bye. We love you.